Welcome to Trash Talk.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I thought that was Jerry.
Tony.
I'm
is his
Jerry.
name. Your name's Jerry? We've been calling you Gary for 3 years now.
You already forgot the bit. Great. Use your idea, asshole.
That your name is
Hey,
Jerry?
we were going to introduce
We were
yourself
all
to
Jerry.
Oh.
Because, spoiler alert,
Jerry Springer's dead.
Oh, yeah, Jerry.
I just remember, like,
Jerry.
No more final thoughts.
I think it made us on at one time in my house. My mom caught me. She's like, turn that garbage out. Because it's, well,
Oh,
it's
everybody watched
trash.
it.
So entertaining.
Everybody's parents
So
were like,
entertaining.
don't watch it, but then you'd catch them watching it all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, just like tell kids don't swear, but you swear all the time. You know?
It was just one
Those
of
were
those...
the simpler times, though, where Jerry could bring on trans people, and of course people would hate on him, but they wouldn't quit drinking Bud Light. That
Right.
Well, they didn't also have sponsorships with Bud Light, I would say.
It's not even a sponsorship. It was just a, hey, good job.
It was, here's a lot of money.
Good
Support
job.
our product.
Being a lady or something. No, because apparently they've been
So,
transitioning
did you
and
know,
documenting.
I guess we're going right into this. Did
Well,
you
obviously.
did you know about him beforehand?
I never heard of the guy.
I've still never
Never
even
heard of
seen
it.
I still
the
don't know the
video.
guy's
I don't
name.
know who it is. I don't
Dylan
give a fuck.
Mulvaney. I've
I don't. Okay.
looked into it. I watched him on Price is Right because we were just speaking of daytime TV.
He made it on the show?
He like won something, and at the end, he like freaks out, like is like showing it off, like acting like a weird little girl.
Fittingly enough.
It's
Easy.
weird. It's weird.
Easy.
You could like in any other generation,
Yeah.
there would be so many names tossed around with this individual. You know?
Well, one name really starts with an F.
Oh, but not even that. I mean,
Yeah.
think about like any name.
Well,
What's
you're not
the
gonna
second letter?
A.
But to me, it's really weird that he is making money off of.
Well, no, because he's a socially a TikTok star or something. I don't know. It's
And so
personality.
that is the
influence.
weird thing. You know, the average
Or-
age of a TikTok user?
Isn't it like 50?
17?
Something stupid
Yeah.
high.
No, I think it's 20. But most of it is 14-year-old girls. And there's a couple 60-year-olds, you know, that
Oh,
fucking
that's where
fuck
they
it up.
are.
Yeah.
Are they all running
It's
for
very true.
Republican in Congress?
The TikTokers?
The old gentleman on TikTok
Oh.
watching the 14-year-olds.
Probably. I'm sure.
Hey, kids, look out for groomers.
Well,
Come here, I'll tell you about it.
That's the thing. Any 60-year-old that is on TikTok is up to something, you know? So that is what's weird to me, is that it's like this guy that has a, I don't know, weird fantasy. Like, look, some of his videos are like about acting like a little girl.
Who is this? Mulvaney?
Dylan Mulvaney. He's like, acts like a little
John?
girl and like runs through the
Is
forest.
it John
and, like,
Mulaney, but in drag or an opposite? Wait a minute. It's a dude?
Kind of. A little bit.
Should I
it a
look up the
dude?
prices right?
Yeah, look at the Price is Right one, because that's when he's still a man.
No, is Dylan Mulvaney a girl or a guy?
Biologically a guy.
I don't care about the biology. That's clearly not the problem here.
So that's when
The
she
problem
got
is them
famous,
freaking out about
is that
dumb
she came out on TikTok like 35 days of womanhood.
No. Wait, so that's a...
This is when he's still a dude.
Looks like a Bill Hader
Oh,
character on SNL.
I thought this was a fucking skit, dude.
Yeah, that looked like Saturday Night Live.
That's Drew Carey too.
Oh.
Wait, is that it? You paused it.
Price is $2,040. Dylan.
Yeah, this is what I've seen.
Oh. Oh, he's just a fucking spaz.
He's just like a theater kid.
Yeah, that's all it
Just
is.
say, arms length away from you. Yeah, good. How you doing? So, I was
but-
talking to you earlier, but tell the audience what you do.
I am a yoga instructor and I do musical theater.
Oh, shit.
well,
The energy.
yeah.
Pretty cool for you behind the door here. What do we got, George? We're going to entertain you with a whole new game room.
He does look athletic.
This foosball table.
He looks like he drinks a lot of Bud Light.
Is it? You said after he wins, he gets weird?
Yeah.
Should I just skip forward?
Yeah, sure.
Is
Well,
it
I
just
wanna
this
know if
game,
that
or does he
game
make
was-
it to the end?
Well, I
the
got
game
the
work?
game room going for us. I want to know.
Pick a
Well, no, I
card.
think this does take a little while. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's...
He's doing like a show tune, just dance right now with the pool cue.
Yeah. Well, you might even
Oh, he's on the wheel.
some of it.
So he's just always been an attention whore is all.
Essentially. Essentially. And that's
Thank you.
the weird thing is that he's
75. Okay. 1
more spin.
Price is Right is just such a great game show.
Yeah, until the last few years where Bob looked like a walking skeleton.
$25 Oh, Dylan, that was so close. Nice meeting you, man. Goodbye. Come on.
Okay. I don't think I had seen that part. I just
run
remember
around
him
dancing a whole
dancing
bunch.
and stuff. Yeah. So he's definitely an attention whore. But the thing is, so like his audience
He's a whore.
is
Where, gross.
young women, girls, ladies. I don't know.
Yeah,
But he's promoting Bud Light.
He got presented with like a
So that's the
commemorative.
thing.
No,
can.
he's not promoting anything.
They look up to
They
him,
just
though.
gave it to him. as
It's a
can.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
It's
Well, whatever,
He
but-
got paid to do a video with Bud
All right,
Light.
but it's
Whatever, you're gonna mad at somebody that got paid money to be a rep for a product?
No, so many people get paid about it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had a sponsorship.
Yeah.
I'll sponsor you.
What would be what would be my sponsor?
Bud Light.
I feel like that's sexist somehow.
You should be
I think
offended.
a place in your heart where that came from.
Should you be offended by that right now?
No,
If you
I'm
get
better than
offended,
that.
you can't
I
be-
forgive
Because
you.
I think that's this is what I mean. Like, yes, Dylan is just like a theater kid. There's nothing wrong with him. I don't watch it. You know, he's got an audience out there, but like, should a major company sponsor that?
Yes.
Who gives a shit?
They should, but some
Major companies have sponsored like
But
rapists and shit. Who?
but- yeah. So that's the
somebody's
thing.
trans.
No, I think it's funny that so many people are pissed off about it too.
Yeah.
It actually got people to like boycott something.
I mean, didn't O.J. Simpson get an Isotoners fucking commercial after the trial after a while?
I think that's Dan Marino.
When the glove fits.
No,
Did he
fucking
really?
No, he did fucking not. That would be too perfect. There's no fucking way, but that would be so good.
Look
Okay,
that
maybe
one
I just
up.
wish that happened.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's Dan Marino.
Damn, we don't kill the guy.
So
Fuck.
yeah, that's,
I'm trying to think of
But, like-
big sponsorships of influencers. You know?
What do you think Lane's sponsorship would be?
Christianity.
Chaps.
Ron
Not so
DeSantis.
much since
chapstick,
No, leather chaps.
leather chaps.
Ron DeSantis.
not so much since he looks
Nah.
like a
I mean, it's funny.
Warlord
That's also
from-
going on.
I feel like Ramen
Some-
Noodle might actually sponsor you.
post-apocalyptic world where you eat sand.
Oh,
You
Mad,
look-
Mad Max. Style?
yeah, you kind of got you got a little Mad
I'm
Max thing
definitely
going.
that guy
on.
strapped to the front.
Dapper
of the
Dan.
thing.
Yeah.
Just like a Dapper Dan.
You'd get a Dapper Dan sponsorship.
I don't really slick my hair or pomade or whatever. it is.
They
Soul
didn't make
Glow.
up for your
Get
beard.
some Soul
too.
Glow.
I don't want that.
He couldn't handle
pomade.
Soul Glue.
You put product in your beard though, right?
Yeah, I got always trying different beard oils. I've never really found a true one that I like. Honestly, that
You tried
I
Dapper
can't
Dan?
find. I don't think they make Dapper Dan.
I think you might be a Dapper Dan
for
man.
beard. I've never been a Dapper Dan man, but it's oh brother, where art thou?
Yeah, but
He's constantly
what
looking
might
for
be?
your sponsorship.
What sponsorship?
Adidas.
Strap-ons for him.
I'm not athletic enough, and I accept.
Dick's Charcuterie.
Yay.
That's what would sponsor you.
Hey, I'm Big Dick from Dick's Charcuterie.
We make charcuterie like Big Dicks.
Meet my son, Little Dick. He's taking over the company. All right.
You already got it down.
Cody, do you think you'd have a sponsor?
Well, apparently everybody's got a sponsor. I just have no idea what it would be.
Yeah.
What's your what are you most embarrassed about in your life?
This moment right here. No,
Tony's sponsored by Trash Talk Omaha.
yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd walk around with that. I'd wear the T-shirt.
No,
It'd be
see,
great.
The thing is, we're looking for sponsors.
I feel like we need to make a shirt that says that I'm sponsored by Trash Talk Omaha.
Sponsored to
Just
do
start handing them
what?
out to
Then
friends.
someone's gonna ask one about it. They'll be like, I don't know.
That's reverse marketing. That's how we do
My
it.
face to give me a shirt.
Yeah. I know, they gave me a free shirt.
I would
and
get
told me
shot
sponsor
if I
them.
was trying to give your shirt. Ah!
What if we got, can you make a shirt gun? You know, like, not like a powerful one, but, you know, something that launches maybe 15 feet.
I can just get a
Hey, catch a shirt!
I can get a 12
Yeah,
gauge
it's
blank.
called an
and just-
arm.
Yeah.
They make those.
I'll just get a 12 gauge blank and shove a shirt down the barrel.
Yeah, I don't know how that would
How
work.
that would work?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
probably not. Stupid joke.
Potato gun?
Potato gun.
Are you going to write down,
Just knock out a top.
I'm
like,
sponsored
ooh.
by Trash Talk? T-shirt cannon?
Let's start with the shirt. Actually, know what? No, I'll have the cannon.
Yeah, I thought you could make
I
a cannon.
found, did you know, you can fit a standard soup can in a shirt cannon.
So you could launch a soup.
You
cannon.
can shoot a can of soup out of a t-shirt gun.
Like the small one, like a Campbell's.
No, like just a
Soup?
regular can of soup.
Yeah, it's gotta be like a Campbell's one, probably.
Well, not a Progresso. You trying to kill someone?
Yeah.
That's a Magnum.
Jesus.
That's a Magnum right there. I found it. I worked on that barge. They had t-shirt cannon to like shoot into the off to the shore, and I didn't know it until I just found it one day. And I go, "Hey, you guys know it's a t-shirt cannon?" And I just hear from the outside, "Don't let them have it." This is exactly what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, of course.
Was there shirts there? Like
They didn't have any
ammunition?
package to go, but
Wow.
good. Luckily,
You just
there
roll
was
it up
no
and shove
CO
it back in.
Luckily, there was no CO2 though, so I didn't try to do stupid shit. But I found out you could put a can of soup down there. I'm sitting there, like, giggling, and one like the ladies is like, "Okay, careful."
Logistically,
do
though,
that.
how far do you think you could launch?
Oh,
a
it
can
wouldn't
of
go very
soup?
far, because there'd be so much back pressure. It would just go like. Also, it's not like perfectly sealed.
Logo idea. What do you think? Can you tell who's who?
Sure, yeah, obviously.
Did you just draw 3 dicks? I can't see it. Oh.
I'm sponsored.
I
Put
feel
it on a
insulted.
t-shirt.
I'm sponsored, and that'd be on the back.
All right.
Silhouettes of our
You just
heads.
gotta come up with the font.
We got to get you a profile though with the beard. I like the pointiness.
Well, there's a little point in the back now too, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, I have that in here.
Got a handle?
Look,
How that is?
Oh yeah.
Is
I
that-
got it.
Is that a handle?
I
No,
thought
you
that was
can't-
Daniel Boone. I didn't
Can't
realize that
handle
one was
that.
lame.
You can't handle that.
Oh,
Ooh.
Thank you.
thank you.
thank you. We
First
just
off,
got beer delivered.
I don't think.
Limes.
That's how we do it.
Okay. Can I have?
I don't know,
one?
man.
Big
That's some. That's some. I don't know, man. Yeah, I can't. You think I can't handle? That's what you're saying.
Handle what? I forgot what we were talking about.
All right, never mind.
What? I was thinking about beer. Sorry.
All
What?
right, cool, great.
Hope it's not. I
So
hope it's a Bud
we're
Light.
your first sponsor you've ever had, and I think you're the first person we've ever sponsored.
That's awesome. I'm proud of that.
I'm glad we could come to this arrangement. I think this would be a great deal.
I think it's going to be beneficial for all parties involved.
If you have a
I
voicemail, you
I'd
should
like.
change
I just
it.
like to say I'm
This is
proud.
Tony.
And
I
I'm,
want-
I'm excited to
I want you to
represent the
know-
Trash Talk Omaha
Sponsored
brand.
by Trash Talk.
I'm really looking forward to this.
I get a real family atmosphere here. It feels good. Just glad to be part of the team.
That's such a good draft speech. Holy shit, that's good.
So,
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna give 110%.
yeah.
You know, let the chips fall where they may. Hopefully, we come out on top.
Speaking of that, is there something big you're looking forward to in tonight's draft? Like, I don't even know. You know.
Not
have
in
a team?
general. I mean, my favorite team doesn't have a first round pick, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm just it's draft. It's always nice and new.
They're
Like
fun.
Are you a
kids are
Rams
living their
fan?
dreams, and no Niners fan. You know that.
They don't have a first round pick.
That's why I haven't talked to you since the Super Bowl a
that's
couple
right.
years ago.
Uh,
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. No, I like so, and just in general, I mean, you know, a lot of kids' lives are changing tonight, and so you watch it for different.
What
Different
time is the first
storylines.
pick? 7?
I think 7.
Is there
Who
way to
has,
watch
the
it
fir-
online?
who has the first pick?
Carolina.
Who are they picking?
I think
Ooh.
the consensus right now is Bryce Young,
To the
but
Panthers.
I've been not trying to pay a whole lot of attention. There's There's usually last minute shit that happens, like moves and stuff, and I haven't been paying attention today just because I just kind of want to watch it and see what happens.
Where's Palmer gonna go? Trey Palmer from Nebraska.
I don't know where he probably.
The wide receiver.
I know he did a good visit with Baltimore. I think he
You
did
know
like
what?
a top 30 visit with them. So he'll probably be 3rd, 4th round, probably. I don't know. It depends. Receivers can go lots of different places in this draft. Apparently, the big thing is
He's
this
gonna
draft's
be-
so weird that nobody really knows who's going where.
He's gonna be the first one from Nebraska, though.
Left.
Oh yeah. I think we're only going to have 2, maybe 3 players, but yeah, we're not going to have a whole lot. We haven't recently, so
Yeah.
it's not a
Who else from Nebraska?
Surprise.
Do you remember? That's the only one I can think of.
I have the
Garrett
draft
Nelson,
live
but
right
he
now.
would probably there's a chance he can go like 6th, 7th round if he's not a free agent. Trey Palmer, I don't remember who else it was. I think was it?
I think the draft's in less than 2 minutes. It begins.
Oh
I think,
wow!
'cause I think we had 3 people invited to the combine. Vokalek was invited to the combine. Trey Palmer, and I don't remember who else. But we had like 3 guys invited to the combine, so probably those 3. But you never know; weird things can happen.
Welcome back to Trash Talk.
Never went
I
anywhere.
couldn't hear anything. I thought I was deaf.
Are you
Practicing
deaf?
how I would
You are
talk
deaf. Oh yeah.
What happened? Oh, you put it on live for us. Nice. Okay, cool. Thanks, Derek.
It's party time now.
Yeah, we got like a minute to go. First pick. So you
That's
think
crazy.
Bryce
So,
Young?
who you
Is
think?
that Ohio State?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, that's
And the
kind of
knock
the
on him is
consensus
he's
number
small,
one.
like Murray,
Yeah,
but not
he's
that small, right?
He's like 5'10",
Yeah,
He's a
it's
big
tight.
boy.
200 pounds, I think. Like, yeah.
not
But
that
they're kind of saying he's so smart and just talented that it's not really doesn't matter how small he is. And everybody makes a good point. I mean, he played for Alabama, so he practiced against very large individuals on a regular basis, and he played against Georgia multiple times in the whole SEC. So he's been the guys you're going to see in the NFL. He's played against a lot of those guys. So.
Might as well just
Oh, yeah.
grab like 4. We got a bottle cap opener in
Oh,
here.
we have a fridge in here, though.
Okay.
There was. Oh, you drank that Modelo. Okay. Is it happening?
Calm
No,
down.
Sorry.
Jesus
Now,
Christ.
probably when they come back, trying to get the computer ready and have the audio up.
I think
No,
that's
we don't need the
copyright.
audio. We can't have the
There might be
audio.
some
That's
copyright.
definitely-
They make the
if it's-
noise.
If it's on the
Do-do-do.
NFL, on the ESPN, yeah, we can't have that.
Why not?
It's copyrighted. Thank you.
Nobody listens. Let's do it. Fuck it, we're going live.
No, fuck it. We're not going that live. I don't know. Let Tony. Oh, you got an opener, huh? What the fuck? No, fuck you.
Better wait for
I'm
Tony.
gonna use the Yankees, man, just because.
That's great. Man. Fuck you.
How you? Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny.
So
You need this? Here.
to
There.
the listeners, I was trying to ask Derek for the fucking bottle opener.
And I'm handing it to him, and he
But
goes, "No." I'm
but then
waiting
I
for Tony."
realized I was like, I'm gonna let Tony open the beer first, and then Derek just set it down because I didn't get it. I guess.
Like you were pointing at the set that Tony used for himself.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever. So I decided to use the Yankees bottle opener.
Is this thing just playing the same commercial over and over again?
Yeah, dude. You know it's on like
Could be.
It had a minute to go.
your stream is probably just.
It's not a stream. I pay for YouTube TV.
Okay.
Oh, you kept
There you
it.
You got a live
Yeah.
button on there.
What else? What
Just
else
make
about?
sure I push it.
Oh, a little Brian Baumgartner. Nice.
I can't see now.
Yeah, why did you take it off of the screen?
Did it work better? You
To make sure everything was live, but when I turn it on, we can hear it.
No, we can't hear it. We don't need to hear it.
Oh, we need to hear it.
Yeah, but also
We
I'm like
can't-
sitting the fucking
Turn-
NFL draft
turn the closed
on a podcast,
captioning
and we
on.
just go out in the living room and watch it.
Because
You don't really need to listen for much.
Because neither you nor I really care that much.
Correct.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. You got
I mean, I
Chiefs
think
are
I think
rumored
it's
to
no,
a
it
lot,
went
do
away.
a lot of different things.
Oh.
So there's a chance they're going to move around in the draft somehow.
Where's it at again?
Kansas City.
Oh, that's right.
okay.
Yeah, they said they were
'Cause that's why I was
expecting,
like, there's a lot of red.
what, 100 and something thousand people there?
They're not even dressed that warm. Look at them. A lot of them just got jerseys,
It's
couple
not
hoodies.
cold.
It's chill out.
It's
Still
One
spring.
Green Bay fan right in the middle there.
Is there?
Oh yeah, I mean there's fans of
now,
all types.
Where do they now? Do they hold the draft at the
This is
hometown
college.
of the Super Bowl winner?
Or no, that's Washington.
No, they rotated around different places.
I don't know how they decided.
It used to just be in New York
Oh, okay.
for years and years and years. It was a Radio City Music Hall
Oh, okay.
forever, and then they realized they can move it around to different cities, different NFL cities, get real fans into it, do stuff like this where you got 150,000 people, I'm sure, paying to be there.
Damn. Yeah, that's a good point.
Whereas you go to Radio City Music Hall, it's just a certain size, it's a certain amount. You know, there's not much you can go there. With this, they can get crazy with it. It's turned into an event anymore. It didn't used to be. Shit, some of the early ones were just the GM sitting in their what's called the war room,
Yeah.
where they all sit around the tables. The video used to just be them sitting in their war room, and then they would just kind of announce something, and it was just boring and just dull. And now it's like it's bigger than a game a lot of times. Like it's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty
When
exciting.
did it become popularized? Like, who was like the first one to make it thing.
It was kind of a slow process. It just started getting bigger and bigger.
Who was the first
more...
superstar out of the draft that like made it?
Michael Vick, maybe?
Drafted the
Oh,
first
no. It
thing.
had been before Vic.
Yeah.
I mean, the draft's been. I mean, if you go back to '83, is like generally regarded as the best draft for quarterbacks because there was a
That was
ton
one
of
of
Hall
the
of
first
Famers. It
highly
was Elway,
publicized
Marino.
Elway had all the controversy because he knew he was going to get picked by the Colts. He went to play for the Colts. So, like the media was all over following everything happening.
Yeah,
like,
he said he was going to go play
"We
for the
gonna get him
Yankees.
or not?" And
He was in the Yankees minor league system.
the
Oh,
second round pick.
John Elway, yeah, he was a Yankees
Huh.
ball player,
That's
and he
crazy.
said, "I'll just go play baseball. I don't want to play for Indianapolis." I think they might have been Baltimore at the time.
They drafted him, and
They had to trade him right away.
Yep, traded him.
Yeah.
they didn't even like play a season.
No, he didn't. It was like within days, probably weeks. Like it was almost
was
immediately.
when,
He
like-
said he wasn't going to play. It's happened. I don't know if it happened before then, but it's happened since
There's
then.
been a
So-
lot of trading and drafting trades. So, like Kobe Bryant was a drafted trade.
I've heard a lot
Yeah, that's
about.
bullshit.
Originally drafted by the Hornets.
Yep, that sucks. But I'm a Hornets fan,
was
so
gonna say,
it
are
was,
you
it
a
was hard to
Hornets
see
fan?
it. Yeah, but it was from my understanding there was no chance. It wasn't like they just decided to trade him. It was sort of like he didn't want to play there. It wasn't going to happen. So I was like, all right, I get it, but it still sucked. I was excited, and then they traded him. I was like, bullshit. But yeah, it happens. Eli Manning did it. He was supposed to get drafted
Chargers.
first to the Chargers, and he was like, I'm not going to play for play in San Diego, and so they had to trade him. They
So
swapped
when
picks,
did that
basically.
When did that
I
stop?
think New York drafted Phillip
They s-
Rivers. They swapped quarterbacks, didn't they?
Because
pretty
it
much.
seems like most of the time now, if you get drafted somewhere, you stay
So-
there for at least.
The Chargers, though, the reason why you would even do that type of trade, though, is because New York, at that time, they basically had all of the... no, they didn't have slots at that time.
No, he just wanted to go to New York because it was a bigger market than San Diego. San Diego was a crap market. That's why they're in L.A. now, which is whatever. But it worked out for San Diego because they ended up taking Tomlinson in the first round, and then their second round pick they got Drew Brees. So that kind of
I remember when Drew Brees, like whoever their Flutie, I guess, might have been.
Yeah, it was Flutie at the
He
time.
got injured during a game against the Chiefs. Chiefs were winning, and then Brees came in, tore it up.
Yeah. Then he hurt himself. They didn't re-sign him. They went to New Orleans and had a whole second career. But yeah, so there's trades. Things happen all the time. It's just it's fun. It's the start of the new kind of year because all the players are where they're going to be. More or less. Uh-oh. You broke it.
So, who else is like big this year? I'm trying to think of the
What do you mean?
seniors.
The just draftable players?
Yeah, like who's going first round? That's like a really big.
well, like the big
who won the
ones-
Heisman last year? I can't even think of that.
I think it was Bryce Young.
From Alabama.
Yeah, the kid from
Okay,
Alabama, the
yeah.
one that's probably going to go first. And like, so the big talk
What-
was who was going to go first because there's like 4 quarterbacks and it happens every year where there's really only 2 quarterbacks, but everybody talks other quarterbacks up, like, oh, these guys are going to be really good. These teams like these guys,
yeah.
and so it like so it
There's
happened
been a
last
few that
year.
dropped big
There was
time.
going to be 3 or 4 first-round quarterbacks. The first one didn't go till pick 20, and then the rest of them were like third round. It's just, but they were all talked about as
Last
being
year was
first picks.
a really big year for quarterbacks, wasn't it?
No, it was bad. The
Or-
only first rounder was Kenny Pickett.
No, I'm thinking of the year with like Trevor and
That was a couple
Fields,
years ago.
2 years ago or now. Or whatever.
No, that was just I think was Trevor and Fields in the same one.
I thought so.
I thought they were back.
It's
different.
Eric Stone Street. That's
Or no, I'm
with
thinking of,
Roger Goodell on
Tua.
stage.
Oh yeah, Tua was
Fields.
in there with
And
like-
Hurts too.
Why is
Yeah, Hurts
Eric
was
Stone
second
Street
round.
on
No, Derek.
Why is Eric Stone Street on stage?
But
Because he's a
Closed
Kansas City
captioning.
native and a Kansas City Chiefs super fan.
Okay.
They do these team videos with him where he's Andy Reid's little brother. I can't remember the name he has.
Yeah, Kansas City's got some interesting super fans.
They have a
There's
really
a wolf
fun
that
media
likes to rob
department. They put all
banks.
sorts of
Oh,
crazy
yeah,
fun
yeah.
videos.
Derek's proud of it though.
I'm sure he is.
I love it.
I don't do no meth.
Have you guys?
There was that
even-
other guy. What was his extreme
Alright.
something?
Do we need to get something off out of the
The guy
way
that got
too?
kicked out.
Have you guys
And
talked
X Factor.
since
X Factor, yeah.
May or no? February?
For what?
The Chiefs
What about him?
winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was February.
Yeah, but they didn't beat the Niners this year, so I don't care.
No, but
The only one I cared
Just
about was when
bring it up.
they were playing the Niners. Then I gave a shit. Now I'm like, I don't care.
okay.
like
I didn't know.
4
I thought
years
you.
ago.
I thought you might have just hated the Chiefs because of the Niners.
No,
but
I don't hate the Chiefs. I
The
don't like
have
Chiefs
historically
fans.
got nothing but Niners cast-offs.
But
Joe
that,
Montana, Elvis Gerbach, Alex Smith.
It has a lot
Probably
to.
others,
It also has a lot to do
Oh
with.
yeah, you've talked about that. They've stolen people.
Is I lived. No, they got our cast-offs. After we were done with them, they went and played for the Chiefs. But no, like I lived in Denver for a long time, and I hate Bronco fans too. Like,
Yeah.
But living there also did not help me like
You hate the fans,
Chiefs
but
fans at all.
Don't you still kind of like cheer for the team, even though you live there, you cheer for them?
No, I've never rooted for the Broncos. Not once. No, I couldn't stand them.
Yeah, he's not sponsored by Bud Light. You won't cheer for the Broncos. That'd be some new way of saying it.
Oh wow, that's a
Because
good
you know what
point.
I
I
mean.
wonder if there's any Bud Light sponsorship in the NFL.
House stinks.
Think of like they try to get like some NFL players and everyone just shuts them down.
Dude, we gotta listen to what TK's got to say.
Who?
Travis Kelsey.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Turn that closed captioning.
No.
This is why I don't like Chiefs fans.
Oh, it's
Kelsey's
cheers,
hilarious,
cheers
though.
and applause. That's
He's
what
an
he's saying.
entertainer.
He's saying cheers and applause.
And Kermit the Frog's talking.
Come on, guys.
thought
We're
that
going
was-
to do really
I
good.
thought that was Mahomes.
You know, I just won the Super Bowl.
I thought that was Mahomes. I didn't even,
His fault.
it is. No, I said it was Kelsey.
Oh, here's Kelsey.
All right now. That's what he always
Okay,
says.
I was just
Well, between those two, which one looks like he'd be named Mahomes? That guy.
Some re-
Where's
See, Kelsey's one of those guys, like, I want to hate him, but I can't.
Ha.
He's too awesome.
Where are they from now?
He watched a lot of wrestling growing up, you could tell.
Well, yeah.
He would know.
He's wrestled.
Where are the Kelsey brothers from?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh,
The
Cincinnati.
Ohio fucks.
Because that sounded really
They're,
Kentucky.
New Heights is the area that they're called. That's why they had their podcast. It's called the New Heights
Oh,
Show.
yeah, yeah.
It's a really good podcast.
Yeah, the
Shut
Ohio
up. Who do
fucks
they
are a
sponsor?
certain breed unto themselves.
Who does that podcast sponsor? There we go. I got it out.
Oh, now we're on the clock. Here we go.
We can send him a shirt.
The blonde girl in the background, I'm pretty sure, is Clark Hunt, the owner's
Would you-
daughter.
No,
Would
it's,
Said some
hey,
actress.
No,
Derek,
it's,
oh.
Heidi
Would you
Gardner.
send the New Heights a trash talk shirt?
Let's just get them out to all the podcasts. Send one to McAfee.
New Heights, sponsored
Send
by...
one to New Heights. Send one busting them with the boys.
Sponsored by Trash Talk Omaha.
Like, oh no, sir. There will be no money. But what you'll get is this T-shirt and eternal consciousness. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
So I got that.
So yeah, those are the four big quarterbacks that they're talking up.
Oh yeah, Stroud.
Bryce Young is probably going to go first, and then the other three, like, honestly, it could go anywhere from they could be second to late in the first round to mid, and like it could go anywhere because it's just
What about the guy from TCU? Was he on there?
The
Max
wide receiver
Dugan?
or
No.
the quarterback. He
I
probably
thi- I
goes in
mean-
the top 3 rounds.
I don't know. He got a didn't he blow out his ACL or something? He tore something. I thought he's got to have surgery, and somebody will take a flyer on him just because he's a winner. People like winners. Just
Yeah.
like Stetson Bennett. That guy's like 32. He'll still get drafted by somebody. Somebody will take a shot.
Is
on
that
him.
the
Georgia?
Georgia?
quarterback.
Yeah. It is.
Oh. What about you?
I think he's there with his grandkids.
Where did
He's like
Martinez
40.
end up in the
Taylor?
Canadian something? I thought, or it was the AFL or the ACFL, whatever it's called.
There's a bunch of them. It's Canadian Football League. There's,
ICFL? Canadian?
there's spring football, which is the XFL,
USFL?
USFL.
I'm pretty sure Martinez is it Taylor or Adrian? I don't remember.
Adrian. Adrian is the one that was just here that went to Kansas State.
Yeah, where he is going somewhere.
Oh,
One of those leagues.
Yeah,
I know.
Bakers.
What?
Well,
Bakers.
Baker's what?
The grocery chain.
he's just gonna be up in the aisles, just tossing footballs, just to all the customers.
No,
Well, no, because
I saw he got an agent or whatever.
Well, I'm sure he got an agent, but he's technically eligible
No.
for the draft, so he's probably going
Well,
to wait to see if he gets a
no.
shot to an invite to a camp.
I'm pretty sure I
He'll
saw.
probably get an invite, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of guys get invites to camp, so you're going to wait,
I'll
and
look it
then
up. I'll look it up because I'm pretty sure I saw a headline with him getting signed a deal somewhere with some league.
is it pickleball?
Crazy how many of those guys that never really latch on anywhere will get jobs as athletes in movies, basically.
Yeah.
And a lot of commercials.
Well, most of them sell real estate.
A lot of people even get hired at like pit crews for NASCAR.
Oh, because
If I know these college cast-off guys
they're
that are
quick.
athletic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're quick.
He's-
They can move heavy objects.
He's gone to the USFL by the New Jersey Generals by some former Husker coach. Hold on, let me see
The
this.
Frost. They ended up.
That would be insane. I do not think.
Tom Osborne.
I don't think he's going to go anywhere. He'll wait to see if he gets an invite to a camp. He might get a chance. I mean, I don't think he'll.
Oh my
do
God.
much, but
Mike Riley is the head coach, general manager for the New Jersey Generals.
Does that relate to Lincoln Riley?
No, but Mike Riley was the guy that was.
Oh, yeah.
He was the
Yeah,
coach
yeah.
right before Frost.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's funny.
He'd know Martinez, right?
He might have recruited him, but I always thought he was a Frost guy because it literally was the 4 years Frost was here.
well, yeah, he was the first guy Frost got when he got here. I just don't know if there was any kind of relationship
Maybe-
beforehand. I
maybe,
think
yeah.
he was recruiting him at, was it South Florida? Where was he at? Central Florida.
Central Florida.
I think he was recruiting him there, but because it was like almost as soon as he got here, Adrian Martinez, and it was just like, oh shit.
He honestly, he could have just been one of those guys too that had been reached out to previously by Nebraska, but in between staffs, you know.
Well, and even if he was, I don't know if he would have. I mean, anything's
Who knows?
possible, but
Who knows?
Most
Scott-
of those guys, if they ever get an invite to an NFL camp, they're going to go, regardless of.
I mean, honestly, Scott Foss probably fucking laid out a line of coke and said, "Adrian, come to fucking Lincoln. I'll get you laid every fucking weekend." And
Did he?
You'll throw some footballs
Thanks, Coach.
for me.
Well, apparently not.
But I
Did
mean,
he
didn't-
follow his,
didn't meet his woman
Husker
till
girlfriend down to
Kansas
K-State,
State,
didn't
and
he?
he had to follow her.
What does she do? Volleyball or
she
softball?
had an abortion.
Can't even complete that.
That's
can
the
he?
rumor. That's the rumor that it was in the middle of
Got
their
intercepted.
season. In the middle of her season and his season, sophomore year, she got pregnant, and they were forced to have an abortion.
Just throwing picks left and right.
And
That's what he does.
it fucked up both
in
of
between.
their
That's not right.
lives, most likely. That's the rumor.
Hey, at least it's still
That-
legal in Nebraska.
Trash Talk Omaha sponsors. This is true. You can still get an abortion in Nebraska.
As of today.
As
The
of
legislature
but
is not going to be bringing it
did
up
they-
for debate
is
now.
it shut down, or is it going to come back in another?
I'm sure.
What they brought to the worked and got through the committees to the floor, they had a vote that effectively today they won't be able to really do anything with it.
You know
now.
what I think is?
So they'll probably try again some other way.
Do you think they'll have a ballot for it, or what's it called? A petition to get it on the ballot? You know, just like they had
Well,
to do.
everything's dead on arrival now. Like they're done. That's what this was.
No, but think about this:
it
if what they did with marijuana and gambling, they left it up to the voters, right? We had to sign the petitions to get it on the ballot and shit. That's what they need to do for abortion. I'm just saying.
I'm
If
sure
gambling
they would if
and
they could,
and
but they
marijuana
can't.
had to do that, and we got gambling
Yeah,
passed.
but abortion is like half as fun as those two.
But okay, so I guess do you have a ballot to keep abortion in Nebraska?
I guess. I don't know.
I think it
when-
should be legal up to the
mean, like,
135th
codify it?
trimester.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that like 30 years old?
about 45.
Oh, okay.
You'd want to get it codified. That makes it more difficult to get rid of.
Codified?
Yeah.
Wait, 35th trimester? Oh, no, that'd be 70.
How do you get it codified?
135th.
Oh,
Vote and get it through legislature.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen.
Where you're using a camera though, so you only have one vote. You don't have two separate wings.
Yeah. It's very true. A lot more gets done faster.
Yeah.
We decide, no, we like abortion.
we do a lot more. We,
I mean-
do a lot. We had nothing faster.
You make them.
If
We
you,
will still
if you think
scrape
about
'em.
if you think about it, though, that is a huge win because I don't know the majority in the Nebraska legislature.
I vote
you know?
that we change our state motto to "No fetus can beat us."
Yeah, it's clearly
The only win the Huskers
Republican.
get all year.
Republican controlled, and that many Republicans said no. I will not have a job, if this passes or whatever. Right?
Sure.
To me,
Maybe.
I bet they don't drink Bud Light anymore.
Yeah, they probably still do.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they probably at
Hey,
least support Anheuser-Busch.
If you find, you buy whatever.
Pretty much any beer.
Yeah. Even, like, what'd you say? Shock Top?
Yeah, Shock Top. So,
Have they picked yet? Or I've just
No.
been missing it? They're just
I've
teasing
got
us?
a
I thought
notice.
there was a timer.
I've got a notification on my phone that says they picked, but yeah. But it could also be a thing where the pick. Oh, see, it's got pick is in. See how the timer stopped. So that means they the pick. They have to submit the pick to the commissioner.
He has to accept it. The commissioner accepts it.
Not accepted it. He goes and reads it. Like he goes up to the podium and announces it to everybody. So
Yeah.
sometimes there's like a delay. It's like they got to get it to him. Then
How long do you get to pick?
A minute and a half, I think. Oh no! This is like actual NFL. I'm thinking like Madden and shit. Like 15 minutes or something like that.
I thought it was even longer than that because I thought
First round might be like 20 or something.
I guess
15 minutes.
It might
It's something like
change.
that, and then it goes to like 10 minutes, and then
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I don't even know if it's 15 minutes anymore. Oh, here's the pick.
you have to see that when the next one gets announced.
The Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama.
Yeah, it's kind of
Well, there you go.
Oh, look at that fro.
That's what makes him 6 foot tall.
Jesus, right? That's probably why he has it. As soon as training
Excuse
camp
me.
starts, he's trying to
That's a
shave it off.
fucking badass. Fuck
He's
Alabama.
got some
Fuck
swag.
Alabama though.
I was born in the same hospital as Kobe Bryant. It's got to mean something.
Okay.
What?
That's what it says. Yeah. They have
Maybe the same hands that pulled
Why
Kobe
should we
Bryant. That
draft you?
pulled
Well,
him.
I was born in the same hospital as Kobe Bryant, sir. So, got that going for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a legend.
Is he gonna die in a helicopter crash too?
Oh, wah, wah.
Probably a horrible electric scooter accident.
Are the Panthers good? Who's the new
Look
head
at
coach?
they had 105.
They weren't great, but
Well, because who
ended
did
up,
they just have?
Hey,
Matt Rule.
coaching in the NFL is different than coaching in college.
Yeah.
Just very true.
Have you asked me this?
I mean, a lot of their players spoke highly of him. Like they still like him. They speak.
yeah, I've
well
heard that.
of him, so.
Isn't Abdullah really like him or something?
Christian McCaffrey really liked him.
Your mom really likes him.
There's been a couple of the guys that aren't.
What am I thinking of? I really liked him. Anyway, have you drank the Kool-Aid? Roulade?
Yeah, I'm all in.
All in on who?
Yeah,
But
what's
I mean,
this
I've
relay thing?
kind of always been like that since I've been a
You've
Husker
just
fan.
been
You
just-
kind of always
you're-
have to
you're
just go all in.
You're
Yeah,
all in
fuck it,
every
let's
year.
go. Yeah.
I was all in every fucking Frost year.
You kind of have to.
Even though you're kind of lying to yourself, that like third and fourth year, just like,
Well, I mean, I think the positivity is different. It used to be positive that we were going to be awesome and kick somebody's ass, but now it's like, I'm positive we're going to try hard.
We also-
Like, hey, good things could happen. Like,
we also just knew we were going to. There was no doubt, you know?
yeah, but it's a different kind of positivity. So,
I think finally
it's a new year. You never know what's going to happen.
people
Check it
have
out.
accepted, though, that like the dynasty is, you know,
The 90s are over.
well, like just like the entire
Kinda
place
hard.
is different, you know?
Well, yeah.
The whole college football atmosphere
It's a
is
different game that they're
Dude, we
playing
hadn't
anymore.
been a legit contender for much for the last almost 25 years.
essentially.
Well, it's like everything. It adjusted, and we didn't. College football's changed, and Nebraska likes
Well,
to stay
they
in
tried to
Nebraska.
make an adjustment with Callahan, and we've just never recovered after him.
They honored Frank Solich though at the spring game.
Yeah, well, whatever.
That it was supposed to be the curse of Frank Solich, is why we've sucked.
I always
He
thought it was
never
the
had
curse of
fewer
Steve
than
Peterson.
9 wins, didn't he?
I don't know. There were
Solich,
supposedly
I think he had 9 wins his first year.
probably because we still had
We
it was
had good
Osborne's
seasons with
team.
him, and I think he never had a season worse than 9, but he wasn't competing for
Oh,
national
worse than 9.
championships
I was like,
outside
yeah,
of his
no.
first or second year.
I don't even
And then
think
everybody was like, well, it's been 5 years since the last championship.
Yeah.
Why aren't we
That
winning?
was the first time we decided 9 wins wasn't enough. I'm like, well, that's not good because he just came off. I mean,
and that's what I'm
he
trying
on
to
the
say.
unfortunate happenstance of coming after Tom Osborne and that run, and so he was just the very next in line. So he had time, but it was just like, well, you need to get right back to that.
But I think the Huskers fans have realized that we can't expect a championship
Some of them.
every fucking.
See, look, second pick's
year.
already
You know
in.
what I've learned? Just simply, you can't expect. Fill in the blank.
Yeah, they've already got the second
I'm
pick.
just a
Huskers
fan,
win.
no matter what, you know.
So
Well, I'm not saying
sometimes
I'll
they
root for
wait.
'em.
Sometimes you'll see them wait until the last second. Sometimes, yeah, it's already in there. Like
So this, it's
the Texans. So like they've known who they wanted, and it was just a matter of waiting for them first pick to get made, and they're just like, Psh,
They've
put it in.
already, yeah,
This
it's
is
probably
who we
like,
want.
you probably even pre-select, you know.
Well, when you're that
Well, he
early,
is
you
tiny.
kind of have a good idea of what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, especially like a team like Houston, if you got the second
Texans
pick.
really sucked, didn't they?
Oh yeah, terrible.
Did they have a new coach too?
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans, the Niners
That's like
D
the-
coordinator from last year. He used to play for him, so it's like a legacy kind of thing.
Did
Lots
Matt,
of positive feelings around there, but
did
yeah,
Matt
they're pretty
Rule
terrible.
ever have like the first pick? Because the Panthers have sucked for quite a while.
They had some really
right?
good receivers. T.
Yeah,
Higgins.
but
Who did he?
a lot of times the
pick?
coach doesn't always make the pick.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, the
GM.
general manager does. The
Well, but-
general manager's in charge of putting the players on the team. The coach coaches the players.
That's what I mean, though. If it's like his,
Some coaches, like Bill
it's like his-
Belichick,
was
have
he only
control.
there for 2 years?
In Carolina?
Yeah,
No,
Rule.
I think he was like 3.
I think he got fired.
It might have been got fired in his third, but yeah.
Huh.
Like, I mean,
Well,
shit.
I don't know, that's what I'm
Saban
saying.
sucked in the NFL too. It's hard. It's a different game. Like it's just
Oh,
because
for sure.
Yeah, just because you can coach kids doesn't
So-
mean you can coach grown men making a shit ton of money.
And from what I want to
That have
say,
families
he
and
likes
lives
coaching
and-
kids, which
Yeah.
kind of sounds weird, but
No,
he likes like
Mentoring. He likes to
yeah.
shape the future, not try to mold these millionaires that already have their
Is
own
that what you
lives and
Nebraska fans are talking about to yourselves now?
That's the buzz around Rule is that
He likes to teach.
shit. Well, that's. I mean,
He's
you
a
just read between the
mentor.
lines of what
I
everybody
saw him
says.
eating corn the other day. He supports
He,
the
he does it.
economy.
He likes developing and all that. You read between the lines. It's, he likes teaching kids. He likes trying to grow the
that
future,
from
not
something?
necessarily
No.
deal with.
yeah. Also, I
Never.
kind of get a feeling that he's like chasing like a legacy of like
Probably.
wants like a place to fucking win some championships.
Well, you don't want.
know?
Nobody wants to go out the way he
Doesn't
did in
every
Carolina.
coach want that?
Yeah, he's got something to prove after that.
Yeah, you
huh?
don't want to go out like that.
That's
Nobody
a
does.
very
Nobody that's
good
competitive.
point. Oh,
So he probably felt like he's better shot to come back here because he had college success.
Bitch, there were 2 pieces there, you son
how
of a
much
bitch.
cheese did you eat?
Well, I wanted one more.
There's a couple on there.
What the fuck? We got
Put
your
it back,
fucking
rub
mitts
it
all
with your
over it.
fingers a little bit.
What the fuck?
I've already moved that piece.
I just
out of my way
licked the
earlier.
bottom half.
Yeah, try to trick me in a bottle cap? Fool me once, Lane.
So yeah, I think he'll.
Who made the
think
next
he'll do
dick
good.
cheese again?
What do you think?
Oh,
Stealing the fucking grapes.
Twix.
I also have a.
Oh,
Pretty damn tasty, if I might say so myself. I
Pitch
snuck
number
a
2
couple
is
of them.
in.
Derek, can I ask you? Do you have like a scoop of ice cream, maybe for the top of that?
All that talk.
They took C.J. Stroud.
Who did?
All right.
Who
C.J.
did?
Stroud,
the
Ohio
Texans?
State, number
Okay.
2.
Cool.
There was a lot of
I like
talk
him.
whether he was going to go second or
I don't like his hair as much though.
if they were going to go defense.
I liked him a lot when I watched him play. He could just like move around so well and just like
He's gonna be
manipulate
a
guys to get
star.
the ball out.
He's gonna be a badass.
It's one of those things where when the whole process first started, it was going to be Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. Like people had their mock drafts of who they thought. And then over the last 2 months, as the process goes, there's so much shit that gets spewed out that nobody really knows what's true. And so names go and fall and rise. And it's just like when you come to the night, it's just like it was
The
supposed to be.
original.
Like it's what everybody thought it was going to be.
But yeah, you gotta speculate. You know,
Well,
you
they
gotta
these guys
fucking
walk a long ways.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You have to have like at least 8 different camera shots.
They got to show the highlight film. So you got to do something while
You
they're
gotta
walking.
pump up the crowd. Or don't act like you're not pumped.
Me?
When did the
Somebody's going to
Chiefs
hurt
pick?
themselves one of these times.
Did the Chiefs pick?
They had the last pick of the first round.
Oh,
But there's a lot of rumors of a lot of things going on with them, so who knows if they'll even have a
I
pick by
mean-
the end of this, or
Yeah, it's the thing. Like if you're like you said the last,
I wouldn't be surprised if they did some stuff to try to get 2 first-round picks this year.
but like how do you even pick like who's gonna be left?
What do you
No
mean?
matter what, the person you want is gonna be gone. You know.
Well,
I, guess
mean,
you have to have like a list of 10 or something.
I've
you
always
know?
felt like the best way to do it is whatever position you're in. Say you got the 30th pick, rank your top 30 players that you have in the whole thing, and then you're going to get one of those. Like because if you, they can only take 29 of them in front of you. So no matter if you do your top 30. So I think a lot of teams would do something like that, but they rank them. They'll have guys on their board, off their board. They do it differently, but I mean, your first pick is pretty easy to at least guess. Because one, there's always going to be something weird happens. One, the Raiders are going to fuck something up. The Cowboys are going to do something stupid. Like somebody's going to pick somebody out of
There's a lot
turn
of
that should.
trades,
Patriots
too,
are going to
especially
take
the
some
last
third
few
rounder in the
years.
first round. So like people are going to do weird shit. So you never know. And like people will fall. So you just want to get a good estimate of who you think could be there.
It's crazy that was it the same draft they got Henry Ruggs, so they got that Armin guy, and Armin or whatever his name was I think it was Ohio State.
The cornerback.
Yeah, he got arrested for like shooting shit up
Yeah.
or having way too many guns.
Yeah, the Raiders suck.
And then
It's
Ruggs,
hilarious.
obviously,
It's so
who played
They've
for
been bad for a
Alabama,
while.
got fucking
Like, I love 'em as a team.
DUI and killed someone.
Like I love the Raiders just as a team, just because they're like, the bad guys. Like they're always
Oh, that's a good point. They're Darth Vader.
that whole like
The
their whole
Vikings and everything.
fandom. All like it's just
That's
so
Doug.
fun. Yeah, and also
I might be going to a
being-
Raiders game this year against the Packers in
being
Vegas.
living in Denver. I hate the Broncos. Hated the Chiefs. Well, they all hate the Raiders. So I'm like, all right, Raiders.
But you never lived.
And I'm
in-
Mexican, so apparently I got to be a Raiders fan.
You
It's
never
just like a
lived
thing.
in Vegas or
Or California. Well, I lived in California, but I was up north more. That's why I'm a Niners fan.
Oh. Well,
that was Montana.
Or I
the
guess not the
quarterback
north,
still
but
when
the
you
Bay
became a
Area.
fan.
I lived like
because the Raiders were originally.
Younger Montana.
originally.
Well, I thought there was another.
They've gone back and
There's
forth
Las
between.
Vegas, or there's Los Angeles, and then there's something else.
They were
isn't there?
Oakland.
Oakland, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
but they've been back and forth between Oakland and LA a bunch of times.
Okay, what was the LA team at the time? You lived there.
Raiders would have been
Probably would have
up
been the
until the
Raiders.
early
There was no
90s.
LA team or whatever.
They're right
No, I think
across
there
the
was.
bay
They
from
would have
San
been the
Fran.
Raiders. But I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't.
Wait,
And
what
I didn't
is it?
even
Or is
pick the Niners. Like I just was looking through pictures one day, and I was like, oh, I should probably pick a football team. And I just saw a picture of me wearing Niners gear from when I was a little kid,
They
because
were
we
also
lived in the area.
badass back then.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I was too young to know that these guys are awesome. I wanted, like, it was just people were wearing 49er stuff around me, so I wore 49er stuff just because everybody else did.
That's why I'm a Husker fan.
You were
you know?
brainwashed. You should have been a Chiefs fan. Let me convert you.
Yeah, we're the brainwashed ones.
They think they can just like
We're the
ro-
Super Bowl
rob
victory brainwashed
fucking
ones.
grocery stores and
Hey, I'm getting drunk on this shit, all right?
you've been
The Chiefs
drunk
suck
since
for a long
February.
time.
Give it a few years;
all right?
they're gonna be bad as the Patriots.
Come on
fans.
in. The water is fine.
Are you gonna buy some more Chiefs tickets?
Oh, I'm sure I'll go to a game this year.
No, a package.
Maybe if they have it at the Hope Sprue event tomorrow night. If they have that again, I'll bid on it.
What if they have a Broncos one?
No, they wouldn't. The only other guy on the board
They
with me is a
wouldn't.
Chiefs fan.
What,
and
a
that's he's the one
Packers?
that's getting this
What if they
up.
had a Packers one?
I helped them procure a special present to, I think, the girl that's talking. I can't remember if it's going to be in Omaha, like tomorrow's Hope Brews, or she did a different event somewhere else in the country. But she made it to a certain age that she was told she would never live to with cystic fibrosis. And my stepdad is from Green Bay, and his best friends are the head of security for the Packers. So they reached out, and then they got her like a signed ball and some shit. They didn't want to put her on the field, though, because she didn't have a glamour disease, like stuck in a wheelchair and mangled or something. Like, people with cystic fibrosis, like, they may not look the healthiest, but
Those
like they can
fucking
get up and
glamour
walk around and
diseases.
not look bad. That's literally what it was.
Those
Like, the
attention
lady was literally like,
diseases.
What
oh,
is-
we were
You got
hoping
one
for
of them-
somebody
You got
sicker
one of them fancy
to
disfigurements.
put her on the field. And they're like, well, she's pretty sick. She's got a genetic disease. She's not going to live that much longer. And they're like, but she looks healthy.
What is like a high class disease?
Anything that's making you look like shit. Like, especially if you're
absolutely.
wheelchair bound.
No, I mean like the like
They
the-
want people to look like, like, oh, wow, I'm glad I don't have that life. Yeah, I'll clap for that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got this cool package.
They need somebody
Versus
to
this
pander
person
to
that
the
walks out
donors.
and looks fairly normal, but they have this disease that could kill them at any time.
Oh,
yeah.
Cardinals traded
Oh,
their
I
pick.
see what you're saying.
Oh shit! Daniel Jeremiah was right. The Texans traded up to the third pick, so they got the second and the third pick.
So they got
Whoa.
quarterback,
Probably-
and do you think they're taking the
Probably
Ohio
gonna take
State
Will
receiver?
Anderson. No, they'll probably take Will Anderson.
Oh, that's
Will
not a bad
Anderson
idea,
is who?
though.
Will Anderson, he was the edge rusher from Alabama. He was the consensus number one overall player, regardless of position in the draft. Like,
What they trade? Did they say what the parameters were
not
yet?
yet. It'll come out. Like, this guy's they've been talking about, if he ever comes out of the draft, he'll be first pick, like, for 2 years. He's been that good. Like, as good as Alabama's defense has been, and they're like, oh, this is the greatest guy ever, but wait till next year. Like, wait till Will Anderson. It's always been Will Anderson. So, yeah. But I have only seen one mock draft that had this exact scenario. It's pretty crazy. I just saw it. Like, obviously today
Well, is that rare for the Texans to get a?
it's rare for
trade?
teams to have back-to-back picks, especially second and third.
They just traded up. Did they have a?
They had a
Did they have
12th.
two?
Yeah, they had like
12.
at the 12th pick.
Okay,
What
so
was
they
it?
just didn't
Obviously
like
traded
just
that.
say, "Hey, we're gonna mortgage the future to get this." Right
Yeah,
now.
let's do it now. They've got a bunch of picks, so it's just like, let's just do
Let's-
it. So they can get their number
If
one
you like the
quarterback.
guy,
they
you
can
like
get
the
their-
guy. Always draft who you like.
It's a dope move.
Oh, yeah. New
honestly.
head coach. Like, I think new general manager maybe, but so that's like new leadership kind of. So it's like, hey, let's do this shit right. Like let's do something
New
crazy.
shoes.
Let's get some fucking players.
Yeah, let's do
Get a
it.
fucking awesome ass quarterback and an awesome ass defensive player.
Yeah.
Have the fucking.
And that's what makes me think that is their head coach now was a defensive guy. It's DeMeco Ryans with
No,
the coordinator
no,
for the
I mean,
Niners. So they're
you-
gonna want he's gonna want
That's
somebody
right.
to
D'Amico came over from the it the
Niners.
Eagles?
No, the Niners.
Oh, that's right, DC.
He was our DC.
Yeah, he's a players love the dude.
Where is this at, Derek? In Kansas City?
Union Station.
Is it like a big amphitheater outside or whatever?
I think it's part of like an old train station,
Yeah,
and then it's
by
just
a
become
train
like a kind
station.
of a centerpiece of the city. But they do a lot of events at.
Apparently they do like Kansas City's like victory parade speeches.
Yeah,
They do it there. Yeah, Will Anderson.
Got him, Junior.
Yeah, because somebody was talking about the whole where they have to walk through, and it's just like all this stuff, and it's just like it's looks like a large area. But yeah, it's like right by this
I
old
like
train
that-
station.
I like that beard.
So then fourth is Indy, so they'll have the rumors are Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. They're going to go quarterback, and those are the
Anthony
next
Richardson played where?
two. Florida. He's the guy.
What was?
that,
Oh, Levi's Kentucky. Or
his
Levis.
Yeah, Levis was Kentucky. Richardson was. Well, they're both kind of just going off of talent because neither one of their numbers are really good. But Richardson's like a physical freak. He's huge,
Hell,
fast,
Levis
and
had
strong.
huge numbers this year previous this last one.
Will Levis is.
They had like a change
physical
of
freak
coordinator or
now.
head coach or something.
Well, he was hurt, and he just was posting on Instagram like maybe a week or two ago these pictures, and he's fucking jacked all of a sudden. It's just like he don't look like a quarterback; he looks like a linebacker. Like this dude's fucking huge now. It's just like that okay, like seems odd that you would get that jacked as a quarterback, but
Isn't that what you would want?
it depends.
You play with it well.
if it doesn't fuck up your throwing motion, or
I mean, they had that other fat ass from Kentucky. This one guy was fucking huge.
This Jared Lorenzen,
Jared Lorenzen,
the hefty lefty.
I think he's dead now. I
Oh
think.
yeah, he died.
But-
the round mound of touchdown.
Yeah, he got up to like 600 pounds almost after playing
he was-
his playing career.
He played well. Yeah, you can find video of him playing for like arena
He's like a
leagues and shit.
backyard
He was
dad.
350, 400 pounds, quarterback running around,
See,
tossing
he
shit.
started a game or two in the NFL for the
Oh
Giants.
yeah,
I
he
think.
had an NFL career. Yeah, he wasn't always that big. He always played around 300 pounds.
Yeah, he was
always
just
really
really a
large.
fucking lineman.
But as he started getting lower in the leagues, like USFL, Arena League, things like that, he got real big because he had a great arm. He could still throw it. He's kind of mobile for a guy that was like 400 pounds. Really kind of stretched the limit of those jerseys sometimes. Like
And his ligaments.
Hey-o.
bigger than his lineman.
So the it seems like the Colts are pissed now because they probably really wanted Will Anderson, huh?
No, they need a quarterback
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they called up Luck and said, "Hey,
The Colts are on a
it
streak
going?
of basically acquiring way past their prime old expensive quarterbacks, and then they suck ass, and they're just stuck with paying a lot of money for
they're
these
in
worn
quarterback
out quarterbacks.
purgatory right now."
I've never known the Colts to be good.
Oh, they were with Andrew
You
Luck and
grew up
Peyton
with
Manning.
Manning.
Yeah, but I didn't watch football then. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, too busy drinking Bud Light.
Yeah.
You little Bud Light drinker.
Yeah.
You do show number tune dances too.
They sponsor me.
I bet they do. Sponsor that ass.
Damn, 27.5 sacks over 2 seasons, college football at Alabama. You're going up against the best talent.
It's harder to get sacks in college.
Oh yeah. It's impressive.
Is it? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Usually
Play fewer
There's
games.
just fewer
typically.
games.
The way
A lot
they
of
some of
scheme,
them
and
run
you
their,
also gotta
defense,
remember
their
a lot of-
offenses too. A lot more running.
And a lot of times when you're that good, teams can scheme against one player in college because you're not going to have studs everywhere. You're going to have that one stud, so it's easy
They
to
get double teamed.
it's easier to kind of take one guy out. Whereas NFL, everybody's fucking awesome.
Even
like
don't they get like half tackles too sometimes or half
yeah,
sacks?
if you're
So
if you're
sometimes
in
it's-
on a tackle with somebody else, you'll get a half. Yeah, so it's just generally
think-
harder. And if you're
did
a
you say
team
that
that's really
beat the
good,
record?
Who did they just pick? Is that
not yet. It's
Did you say
Colts are
that
about
beat
to
the Alabama record or the
No.
the whole level?
No, the college records.
I
It's
think
like
Richardson
22
or
in a
Levis?
season.
I feel like
Jesus.
Richardson.
Yeah.
I thought Sue was really close to. He probably has the Nebraska record.
Probably,
but-
yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, the college record, I think, was Terrell Suggs still, 23 or something like that, 22, 23 sacks. That's physical
Arizona
freak.
State.
Yeah, that's physical freak kind of action right there. Like it's just so hard, and especially if you play for a really
big
good
boy.
team
He
that's
had
blowing teams out.
20 sack season in the NFL, didn't he? And then
Terrell Suggs, yeah. Oh, he kept it going. That guy was a beast.
he helped the Chiefs win against the Niners. It's a true story.
Did he play at the Niners formerly too?
Suggs, no.
No.
He was Baltimore most of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, he kind of fell in the draft a little bit because they said he was too slow, but he was just
yeah, I think he was in the teens. I think
bullied people,
he was a freak. He was
which is
awesome.
crazy in the NFL. It's like him and was it Harris or Harrison, the middle linebacker for the Steelers?
Oh, James Harrison.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's one of those guys. If you want to watch how football used to be played and the differences now and then, watch him play. He would not. He would be kicked out of every game he ever played. He was like Vontez Burfict. Like they just blew people up constantly. It was
So I just
strike fear to people's.
want to make.
minds.
Did this start right at 7?
The show started. Like
It
they didn't
said
have
it would
first
start at
pick
7,
Well,
but
I'm
it
just saying
was
we're
all like
40 minutes into the
Oh,
show,
it's
and
gonna be
there's been
3-4 hours.
3 picks.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3-4 hours. No, it could be like 6. I think it goes a long
And
time.
what the fuck is that suit, Nick Saban?
He looks like he drinks a lot of Bud Light.
I mean, if,
yeah.
if he matched her a little bit better, I would feel better about it. But
they're all wearing pinks though, so
yeah, it's more purple.
Pink
Is
is, in
this some
this year.
sort of awareness month or something?
No,
Is
I don't
it?
think
I don't
so.
know.
Oh,
That's what I'm
breast
asking. Why are they
cancer's
all
in
wearing like
breast-
pink?
April.
Breast
Hints.
cancer's in
because
the
it's
fall.
because
Yeah,
it's,
like
it's
September
spring.
or
It's
something.
spring. It's Easter.
October.
Easter's over, man.
Spring, Easter. It's
What about Dead Jesus says
Jesus,
pink?
Jesus
I don't
has
get it.
rose.
NFL draft.
Will Levis?
Indianapolis Colts select
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Oh, Richardson.
All right.
Well, Pat's happy.
What? He was wearing a bunch of Colts stuff, or who was that?
That was
Just a
Colts
fan.
fans.
Oh, okay.
They got fans for all the teams in there. They'll find the circle of them and show them when their pick
Yeah,
comes
that
up.
makes sense. That makes sense. Watch people freak
Check
out.
this
Awesome
out.
if you're a Jets fan because like the Jets fans always boo their picks.
I want to
Super
watch.
Bowl confetti from this year.
Fucking nerd.
My
It's
manager
paper.
got
You
it
want
for
some
me.
red paper? I'll give you some red paper.
My
I'll
manager's
spit on it.
husband
I'll like
is
throw some
a
drugs on it. It'd be just like you were in
It'd be
Kansas
like
City.
beat writer for the
Kelsey's
Chiefs, so he was at the
bled
Super
on
Bowl.
it.
Yeah. Somebody gave birth on some red paper. It's like in Kansas City. I'll just give you some. It's cool. I'll chop it up.
You want me Super Bowl paper though? But I'll just save it for yourself. Practice how to celebrate.
Are you planning on getting
Oh,
Super
shit,
Bowl
that's
paper
me, Derek.
confetti from every Super Bowl the Chiefs lose now?
If they keep winning, I still got chances to get it. Hell yeah!
I feel like you could just fake that real quick.
Yeah,
You could just be like, "Oh, yeah, it's Super Bowl
Super
confetti."
Bowl confetti. Well, Derek's obviously never going to like sell it.
No, I'm just saying.
He's
like,
just going to keep it in that envelope by his computer for the next.
Yeah, this guy's.
Did you tell?
No, I'm putting it in the picture.
Did you tell him about the? That would be so dumb.
It would make a lot of sense. What are
But
you
that's
talking
like
about?
from the 80s or whatever.
No, it's the 90s, Derek Thomas, and then it's autographed by the 49ers Super Bowl winning team, the Chiefs, beating the Niners.
yeah.
Mahomes is
and
on
then-
there, Harrison Butker, McCole Hardman.
Wait,
The
you
linebacker
You
at the
brought
time
that
from
to
Alabama,
them
actually.
to sign my Derek Thomas
Yeah.
drawing?
Oh, dude. Oh, God, what was his name?
I thought you bought that fucking thing.
No, that's my art teacher in junior high. She
I
was the team illustrator for the Royals and Chiefs. And then Derek Thomas personally commissioned her to do this series. Or that series, to do a certain painting. So I have a couple of her practice paintings, and that one he just happened to give his really nice signature on.
So you met Mahomes and Kelsey
Harrison Butker.
and Harrison Butker
And Chris Jones.
You asked them to sign your Derek
with the
Thomas?
training camp.
Well, you can't get Derek Thomas's signature.
Well, okay, but what did they say? Did they just do it? They didn't.
Mahomes was the first one to sign. He goes, "Well, you want me to sign your GT?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude! Super Bowl team this year. Let's get it." And he's like, and signs it. And
Why is this? Do you sound like that?
yeah, he kind of does.
He sounds like Kermit the Frog.
do it again.
What?
What did Kelsey say?
I don't have Kelsey's autograph. I didn't meet him.
Oh.
I saw him, and he was like, "All right, up next to me." But
All right,
just whatever you can get.
do it again. You want me to sign my DT?
DT.
Thanks, Patrick.
I don't know why it's hilarious.
Have you heard him talk?
I have.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, As long as
Oh,
you
I
that's
don't know. I mean, just
Not
couldn't
100
get the
percent
ball
accurate,
out
but he
tonight.
does sound like Kermit the Frog. Sounds like he just got to clear that out a little bit and get one of those going. He just doesn't.
Man, he's also just like winning games, and they always interview him right afterwards. I feel
And
like
he always walks like he just shit himself. I don't know what that is.
he's got like
He always walks like he
Kinda
just
like
shit
the
himself or he's
opposite of
about to
bowed
shit
legs.
himself.
They're kind of bent out a little bit.
Kind of like walks on the I don't know. I always feel like he
He's
just had an accident.
yeah.
A little boom boom in his pants.
He's squeezing his butt cheeks constantly. I feel like.
Well, I mean, he's carrying around a lot of heavy hardware.
Yeah.
In his
MVPs,
ass?
Super Bowl MVPs, Super Bowl trophies.
Is that where he sticks those? Like, I mean, get a mantle or something. Shit. Leave that shit at home.
You want some
Telling him to eat it, or are you
pistachios?
asking for it?
Tell him to open up.
He
so
wants.
Oh,
He
okay.
wants
Split it.
fudge. Just say
Just checking.
Johnny wants fudge.
I'm not saying that.
Fudge.
Hey, John, fudge.
Johnny won wingy.
Johnny, what? Fudgy.
Ooh, this it seems moist.
It is. They're tasty.
You know, we can mention this because I'm not going to post this for like 2 weeks. So, you can get a fudge chocolate brownie at Jimmy John's now.
Starting tomorrow.
2 weeks later.
Or, yeah. Well, 2
You
weeks.
haven't had yours
2 weeks
yet?
ago,
Go
they
get
came
it.
out. So I'm sure you've enjoyed them since then.
You can see Tony,
But
who's
tonight,
sponsored by
they're not available yet.
the Trash Talk Omaha at gmail.com show. And where can they meet you at? Which location?
Nowhere. Don't come fucking find me.
He works at
right,
Jimmy
Aaron.
John's.
Wherever you live, there's a fucking Jimmy John's there. Go to that one.
Find a Jimmy John's.
I don't need people coming to my store to be like,
Honestly,
hey.
if you think about it, if you go into any Jimmy John's and be like, Tony,
Yeah, somebody's going to answer.
someone's gonna,
What? Oh, somebody's here to see
or
you.
they're gonna be like, he's not here today.
Yeah, we were just talking to a friend of mine earlier about how every time we go somewhere, we just run into so many people that used to work at a Jimmy John's. Like, if you worked there long enough, just so many people come through there. He was like, I was at this show, and just 7 people came up to me. I just knew all these people. And my brother was just like, how the fuck do you know all these people? Like, you know everybody. It's just like,
How
it's
many
work,
people
man.
do you think you've worked with?
Just at Jimmy John's?
Well, just like throughout the year, like constant staff change, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You get, I mean, kids go back to school. Some kid, people come in and work for a week.
Yeah.
Some kid's going to get fired because he's going to
Jesus.
do something stupid. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Are you like the longest employee they've ever had?
No, not even close. Not even the closest around here. I worked with a guy at 107th and Q Street that'd been there for 15 years, something like that.
Jesus.
Been driving. It's good money if you got a decent car. That you got a
take-
decent car.
take
and
care of it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you make good money. So it's not. Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to get rid of the Jeep. I'm gonna trade it in. Sad day. Gonna get rid of it. She's falling apart. She's older
Had
than
it
shit.
for a while,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yep. Older than most of my ladies. Well, close. 23.
Wasn't
Yeah.
she one of your ladies though? Really?
Oh yeah, my OG lady right there.
Yeah. That's really sad, actually. What are you
Yeah.
gonna get?
I don't know yet. I'm just kind of looking at price range right now. Just I need something decent gas mileage, so it's not killing me to just maintain it. Anything at this point, anything newer than 2000 is like a bonus for me. Jesus,
Yeah.
that's what that was. So. Just good gas mileage, all-wheel drive probably, because I don't think I'm gonna get an SUV. But if I get an
It's
SUV, that'd be
Nebraska.
awesome. Yeah,
You honestly need all-wheel
Oh,
drive.
You're
yeah.
a Subaru Outback.
I was thinking Subaru Legacy. My
It's
cousin's got
those
one.
winter
that's not
months,
bad.
man. The winter months are bad.
I used my 4-wheel drive maybe one time this year.
I feel like I turned it on twice.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's a lot of snow. You never know.
There's not snow, but there's not.
Nah, this year we kind of didn't get much snow. But previous years, I felt like I used it. The first year I had it, I felt like I remember using it every fucking weekend. Because there was a lot of snow.
I usually end up having to use it more than I'd like, just because driving as much as I do, pulling them driveways, people don't shovel shit.
Yeah.
So you end up having to do it.
Yeah.
So all-wheel drive would be nice. Four-wheel would be great. If I can get like a decent SUV, that'd be awesome. But I'm not too picky about what it is necessarily. Just kind of need something to not spend so much goddamn money and keeping the Jeep up to par.
I'm probably going to get a new truck here in a couple of years, but my goal was to get 5 out of my truck, and in 2 years, it will be 5.
No shit. You've had that truck for that long?
Yeah, this November will be my 3rd year with it.
Oh. Sorry, maybe I misheard you.
So in 2 years, I'll hit my 5 mark if it gets
okay.
that far.
Why is that the mark?
When I got that truck, I was like, I'll be lucky if I get 5 years out of it. I think.
Oh, you didn't think it'd last that long?
It'll
Is it
last
used
even
truck?
longer.
Huh?
Used truck?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
2005
like,
Silverado.
Did you not hear
V8.
23 years? Like, what the fuck are you talking about 5 years for a vehicle? Jesus.
No.
It would last longer
that
than that.
truck. I mean, first person that owned it was the child of the owners of the dealership, and then within a month or something of him having it, he had it parked outside this house, and this house caught fire.
Oh, shit.
So you can see where like there's like melting and shit on parts of the truck.
Nice.
So the thing's a fucking Phoenix. But I've had the engine checked multiple times, just on service stuff, and everybody's like, "Dude, your engine looks fucking great."
Nice.
They're like, I guess you told me their engines are like called like the bulletproof engine or something.
Well, I mean, those 5.3 Vortex are really, really. They just last for fucking ever.
yeah.
I mean-
So as long as I can try to keep it healthy,
It's probably more your transmission will go out before the engine.
probably, which is expensive.
Yeah.
Probably 2,000
At
or
that
more
point-
nowadays.
Might be a U-puller.
Might be able to sell the engine.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No shit. Yeah, is that, how many miles are on that thing?
I believe over 250.
How's
And the guy was like, last guy that checked it out, so like, dude, if you keep the engine healthy, he goes, you can get another 250 out of it. So those things are just known for going forever.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
shit,
yeah.
dude, if that
What-
truck
that's what I was
stays
gonna ask.
together, I'll fucking ride it till the wheels come off.
What's on it right now?
250.
Oh, it's 250 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because those
you got
5.3
plenty of time.
Vortex, obviously they're very good engines. They're very sought after engines. Well, somewhat sought after. But when you have that many miles on them and it stays good that long, it's just a tempered block. So it's actually valuable because it's gone that long. That means it's super well built.
Honestly, though, Derek,
It
do you
wouldn't-
even
it hasn't always
drive
built
that
yet.
truck during the week?
Yeah.
You work from home, though.
It's my primary vehicle.
But it's you're working from home.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
I don't really drive that much anymore.
Exactly. So do you drive it during the week, or does it
Yeah, I mean, I still drive it, but not that much.
Yeah.
to this?
Hell, we take my girlfriend's car almost everywhere, really.
Okay, so there you go. Start using it less and less. And it'll last
I have
you. It'll last you another 5
Why
years.
did you Uber to D&D on Saturday?
Carly dropped me off.
Oh, okay. Why? I just drive. All right.
Why not?
I was like, hey, just want to drop me off? And I didn't know if he'd drink or anything, so.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because you're right.
ended up with a ride.
You're right there, aren't you? You're
Yeah.
real close. Damn.
It's not that far.
Man.
It's like a minute and a half drive, depending on the way you go.
Either way, are we missing something from the Lions?
Minute and a half drive, depending on which way you go.
Oh, we missed.
Could
Who
be
was the
2
previous
minutes.
pick? We missed that one.
If you got to turn
Seahawks.
around, might be 3. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that was Devin Witherspoon, cornerback from Illinois. He's number 5.
He was the first quarterback off? I didn't expect him to be the first one off.
There's been talk about it lately.
So
His
the
name's been
Seahawks?
sneaking up. Yeah.
Witherspoon.
Whatever that means, there's going
This'll
to be
be
a
interesting.
run on cornerbacks.
The Lions pick's going to be interesting. I think they should go defense. Pick up Jalen Carter.
They've done so much
If
defense.
they get Jalen Carter, pair him with Aiden Hutchinson, Jesus, their defense is going to be sick next year. I feel bad for Jordan Love. So how about Aaron Rodgers getting traded?
Is that official now?
Seems like a lot of Green Bay Packer fans were kind of like a good riddance almost, friend of mine that I've met.
Dude, it's so
When
crazy.
when you tell people that you've done ayahuasca, you're gonna like piss people off. You know, not piss them off, but like scare them off. You know, like the regs, the pleas.
Well, they don't.
You know,
They don't understand it.
They don't understand ayahuasca for sure. So
Well, and it's weird. Like not that I've never not liked him, but I didn't really care about Aaron Rodgers for as a Niners fan. There was rumors between when Alex Smith got drafted, it was between Alex Smith and Aaron Rodgers, and the Niners went with Alex Smith. I always wanted Aaron Rodgers because he was
And
from
nobody picked
California.
another quarterback until what, 24 or
Yeah, and
something
then
like
he
that?
slid down to like 24 or something like that. So I always kind of liked Aaron Rodgers, and then but I
Well,
never
he was a
really
badass.
noticed much talk about him. Like it was no big deal. And then I start, I was watching Pat McAfee for probably the last 5 years or whatever, and then they started bringing him on. And you get to kind of see him just on a regular basis, and it seems like a cool dude. He's just an old hippie. Like, he just likes to do hippie shit, and he's just kind of like, whatever. He's like, peace, love, everybody's cool, whatever. Like, he's not a big...
the big guy.
He's
No,
from
Aaron Rodgers.
Northern California.
Oh.
Yeah, he's from Northern California.
I
He's
didn't know
just,
the
he's
coach.
an old hippie. Like, he's kind of, he's just laid back, whatever. And then, like, if you listen to other sports talk that apparently don't watch the show, there's like, this guy's a dick, man. Like, he's a prima donna. And I'm just like, either he's the best actor ever because he doesn't come off like that at all, and you just see him every week throughout the season. Like, spent 32 hours watching him being interviewed. It's not even interviewed. He's just talking to a couple of friends. You know, it's just the way. So he's not putting on any airs about what he's saying and what he's doing.
Well, I'm
He's
sure
just like-
people get pissed off that want it. Everybody else does interviews with us. Why won't you?
Yeah,
He's
well, and
just
that's
like,
the thing is he doesn't do interviews.
I don't give a shit.
Really,
I'm doing this for my friends.
Yeah, and that's the best part of it. But it's just so crazy to hear how much shit gets talked about somebody. I'm like, that's just not even right. Like, it's not even close. Like, I've been watching this dude a lot, and granted, I don't know him, but I don't get that impression from him at all.
Just seems like a chill dude.
Yeah.
He should honestly just go back to the Jeopardy.
He wanted to.
Yeah. Did he?
But-
There was
Yeah.
a lot of
Oh, yeah, he
rumors
loved
about
it.
him. Because even then, leading into the season before that, people were wondering if he'd come back or not.
Well, even then, he's like, even if I'm done, he goes, I would love to do that. Because he's,
Oh, do you
he's
hear
a
how much the
brainiac,
Jets
dude.
are paying for him this year?
Not much this year.
$1.7 million, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's
Paying
not-
Next year,
him?
he's due over $100 million.
Yeah, next year
this
he's due
season.
100-something million. But this year, yeah, he's not paying for shit.
What do you mean he would owe?
No, they're paying him. So from his contract from the Packers, like he was making like $50 million a year. And then when they traded him, they restructured everything. So now this year, because they converted a bunch of his money into like a signing bonus, so now they save a bunch.
He's
of
going to
cap
get like
room.
a $50 or $60 million signing bonus next
Yeah,
year.
so it converted it into a signing bonus, which opens up cap room for the team. So the team's got like $40 million that they can
Green Bay
sign
had to
other
configure
players.
that with him.
Will he
That
even
way they can
sign,
complete
though,
the trade.
again next
Here-
year?
No, it's like a 2-year deal.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he's
Oh, I didn't
this
know
is he's on his last deal. He's only got probably 2 or 3 years left.
Yeah.
Usually, I would think. But then they just converted a bunch of shit. So now his like salaries, hardly anything this year. It's just next year they owe him like $109 million or something. So it's gonna be pretty good chunk of money. Yeah, and that's all guaranteed money. So it's not like they have to pay it. But that's what happens when you trade shit like that, big contracts. You can just, financial gymnastics. They can be like, hey, look.
Yeah, I don't know how that shit works. I know it seems like there's loopholes.
Did you see who the
in
Lions
it,
picked, or are they
but-
still on the board?
I think they're still on the clock. I think.
Horrible sounds.
That's a lot of sounds.
Yeah, Dougie.
I'm really
So, yeah.
interested to see what the
Dude,
Chiefs do.
This is 6 teams in. We're 6 teams in.
Yeah.
Well, technically 5 teams in.
It's a
6 is
multi-hour
coming.
ordeal.
Six
It'll
hasn't
probably
happened
be
yet.
between.
I told you it's going to be like
two would be
5,
if they
6
got
hours.
to do it in
It's
2
gonna take-
hours. That's quick.
4 hours for the first round.
Probably 5 for the first
There's a
round.
max for how long.
That's
because I
30
think
picks.
every team gets 15 minutes. So that's assuming every team
No,
30
you said
times
it's
much
5.
time.
It's 5.
I think it might be 10. And they don't show you the countdown until it hits 5.
Oh.
They've done some speeding up in the last couple of years.
Well, and there's obviously like a little time too when they tell him, and then
it
he
used
has
to be an all
walk
day
out
thing.
there.
Like if you watched it, I used to watch it when I was a kid, and they had like a lot more time, and you'd start at like 11 or something, 10 in the morning, and it would go on until 4 or 5, maybe 6 in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, but they were due multiple. It wasn't just the
Well,
first
they've been
round.
speeding it up as it's gotten more and more popular on TV.
Well, what's happened
now?
now
It's a production. You
is
know?
it takes all day, but it's just the first round. Oh shit! The Cardinals traded back. Up to
Yeah,
6.
they did like shorten everything up quite a bit.
Now you get the first round on one day.
Well, they
and the
used to
next
be a
day is the
2-day
next like
thing.
2 or 3 rounds. The next day is another couple rounds.
yeah, you want
They'd
to
get through as much as they
popularize
could
the first
one
round.
day, and then back then, and then the next day they would.
But yeah,
blow
the
through
first
it.
round's the one that's important. That's where the big money goes.
What happened to the Lions?
The Lions traded. So the Cardinals had the 3rd pick. They traded down to wherever they were. Then
Oh, the Cardinals traded.
they're
back
traded
up.
back up to 6 to the Cardinals or the Lions pick. So
The guy had
again,
a
don't really know
Mahomes
the
shirt on.
huh. I don't know the parameters, obviously, but
The Detroit Lions have traded the 6th pick to the Arizona Cardinals. With the 6th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Paris Johnson Jr.
corner
Wide
or
receiver.
tackle. No, the
tackle?
tackle from Ohio State.
Yeah, it's a big
That's the guy
dude.
that
Who was the wide receiver they had that was really good?
Jackson and Jigba.
Yeah, some people think he might be the
Yeah,
first receiver
Jackson
taken off the
Smith
board.
and Jigba or something like that. He'd probably be the first receiver. But no, this was a kid that big old tackle. Their quarterback Kyler Murray was all excited. Told him, "Hey, I like this Paris Johnson guy. You should go get him." Kyler Murray's another little guy. He's like 5'10", 200 pounds. He needs big guys like that to protect him. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I like Murray, but he's kind of been shit.
Kinda, yeah. Can't read his fucking playbook. He doesn't study.
Who's that?
Is
Kyler Murray.
is Tua still in, or is he like?
Yeah, as long as his brain holds up.
You think he's coming back?
Oh,
He
yeah.
got like 3 concussions last year, right?
Yeah, something like that. 2 reported, I think, but probably a third one. I don't know.
Did the Dolphins get a good pick?
One of them
'Cause
said
they
it was
still
his
sucked.
pack. His back.
Dolphins should be up. I thought they sucked.
No, they almost made the playoffs.
No,
or
the
did
Dolph-
they? Did they get the playoffs? Or they lost their last game of the
No,
season,
you're
which would
thinking
have
of
got them
the
in.
Jaguars.
Jaguar.
Jaguars got in. I don't remember if the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins made it,
Yeah, I think
I thought
they
they
made it
did.
too.
but I think they lost first round.
They were like 9.
But they lost their
8 or
first round
something.
pick, so they don't have a pick this year. That's why there's only 31 instead of 32 picks in the first round this year.
Oh, I thought you said the Niners didn't get a pick too.
No, but they had the
They
Niners
lost
didn't have
their
a pick because
because
they
they
traded.
were
So the Dolphins had the Niners pick.
tampering.
And then the Dolphins lost that pick because they were tampering
You were
with Tom Brady.
tampering.
The Dolphins were, not the Niners.
Oh,
That was the Niners pick. So they lost, and I think they traded one or something. Yeah, there's teams have multiple picks. Some teams don't have any. But this is like one of the first times I remember that an actual pick just disappeared. Like there's just 31 first-round picks
yeah,
now
that's
instead of
kinda
32.
fucked up.
I think it happened a couple years ago too.
Especially
2
that-
years ago.
The guy that gets picked first in the second round, like
Should have been
ah.
the last pick of the first round.
Yeah, he's
It's-
always gonna have to live with that. Like,
Didn't
I
Washington
should've been
get
first
docked some
round.
picks
Well, and what's
2
but I don't
3
think it
years
was, like,
ago? Whatever the
first-rounder.
sexual harassment shit going around.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a first rounder though.
Or was it like
Might have just been a fine.
Snyder was leaking shit too? Might have got docked. He was fucking around a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah.
They got in trouble. I know at that point.
Well, yeah, they got Chucky fired. Shit, what was his name?
Chucky boy.
Gruden, John Gruden.
John Gruden. Yeah,
He ended up
they
getting
called
fired because
Chucky
all the
and had
emails that
child's
were coming
play.
out. Turns out he's a piece of shit.
Oh, the
Well, then he
Raiders
turned
guy.
around and exposed a bunch of other shit.
Oh no, there's a bunch of them in that whole building.
They're all
Like,
pieces
Dan,
of
Yeah,
shit.
Dan Snyder's a giant piece of shit. But I like John Gruden. John Gruden was funny as shit on TV.
That was the Raiders coach.
Yeah, he was the one that they always
And
make
he won
fun
a
of,
Super
like,
Bowl
he
with the
looked like Chucky.
Buccaneers.
He looked like a Chucky doll because he'd always like
Yeah.
furrow his brow and like raise one eyebrow and he'd look always mean. So they'd always put up like Chucky dolls next to him. They called him Chucky. It was the whole thing.
Did people wear Chucky things to the?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People were dressed up like Chucky from Child's Play.
We're bringing the dolls and have it on something.
See, this is why I'm not that super into the NFL because I don't want to know all these like useless facts about.
This is the same shit in college.
It's sad. It's to the point where it's not like I have to search far
It's
for this
not-
knowledge. You ask a question, I just know it, and it's like
It's
I don't
not
even
as
know a lot
bad
compared
in
to some
college.
people. But
I'm
I just,
sure you know a lot about Nebraska Huskers stuff that happens there. Like,
Yeah, I do. And I feel like I learn all the rumors because that's what I want to know. It's like, what's the shit that's actually going on? They're not reporting in the fucking Omaha World Herald.
what do you think the Raiders are going to do?
fuck it up.
I can't imagine Jimmy G's going to stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy for a full season in how
No.
long?
Since we had him,
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
but
Is he
they're
a
not. I don't
third-year
think they'll
player
go
when you guys got
quarterback.
him?
They could. That would be a Raiders thing.
I gotta go. Yeah.
They just gave their quarterback $80 million. They're going to draft a guy. I can see them doing that.
I wish they had Jerry Springer out to announce a pick.
Ah,
They could
that's fucked up.
just wheel his ass up in a box. Well,
Oh
he's
my
from Ohio,
God.
so it'd have to be
So
Cincinnati.
I saw this meme. It was, I think it was on the Internet Hall of Fame Twitter account. Somebody had tweeted a long time ago. It was the back of a hearse, and the coffin had blown out the back window, and all it was a caption that said, "My dad had 2 car accidents this week."
Yeah, I think I saw that. I follow that Internet Hall of Fame. I'm sure I saw that one. Oh shit! Thought the dog was bumping on my leg. Well, shit. Why'd half the crew leave? Bunch of
Lane's in the
quitters.
bathroom. I think
All right.
it's 8 o'clock. John
Is it?
usually goes
Holy
home at
shit.
8.
Oh yeah, 8 o'clock. All right.
How are the Yankees starting the year off? Cardinals.
They
suck.
were yeah, I saw that today. I thought they were doing a lot better than that. I was excited because my cousin's a Cardinals fan, so I was talking up Jordan Walker and his start at the season. I was like, yeah, man, he's killing it. They're doing awesome. And then this guy on the radio was like, they're 10-19 or so. I was like, oh shit! Like I didn't realize you were doing.
They
rough.
got so much fucking
Apparently they hit
talent on the
skid.
field. I don't know if their pitching sucks or what, but they're just not doing
Yeah.
shit.
We're not. I mean, we're better. I think we still have a positive record. I think we're over 500, but I don't think it's great. Like we've just hit a skid where we just can't hit shit. Glad you could join us.
How's Judge? I'm guessing that's
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, he's
Picking up where he
doing
left
he's doing
off at.
fine. Yeah, they just they've tried to plug in the rookie at shortstop, and he's having a rough one. So they just got a lot of guys that just and the Yankees in general are sort of like an older team, so it usually takes them more into the summer to get warmed up because they're just old. So usually by May, June-ish, then I'll kind of see what's going on. But until then,
Because
it's
the
just
Yankees always give massive contracts to guys that are like 28 to 30.
yeah, and then they're just when it's cold, they just don't move as good.
John, before you go, will you give me a beer?
You're a bitch.
Am I?
You're a trifling.
Do you want to be the next sponsor? Or be sponsored by us?
You have to get an extra large for John.
Trash Talk Omaha, sponsored by GNR Services.
Wow, good one.
All that could
Do you
work
need
out.
your trash can cleaned? Call GNR Services. Big John.
They sponsor Trash
We'll get
Talk.
ya.
Or we sponsor them. We sponsor them.
No, they sponsor us. John, get us beer. That's what they pay us with. Beer fetching.
Wow, Detroit Trump fell 6 spots to 12 and picked up a second-round pick, which is basically a late first because it's the 34th pick.
Especially with somebody missing
That's
out, Dolphins or whatever, missing their first round pick.
Yeah, that's the third pick of the second round. So they basically, that was a hell of a deal.
And they picked up a first next year? Is that what I heard?
No, a second this year.
But what is that all they got? They just
Essentially, yeah, because Cardinals had 12, so they went
flipped
down from 6
first
to
and
12,
they
and then
or
got a
second
second,
round back.
which is like a late, like I said, like a late first because it's like pick 34.
Who's drinking what? But here's more beer. I don't know.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
kindly.
You're a good friend for bringing us beer.
Much
Oh, that's
appreciated.
why. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Would you like some brownie for the road?
Yes.
Might as well take it all.
Yeah, thanks for eating
You're not
the
going to eat
dick
that
cheese.
smashed up piece?
Well, you just fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are somewhat have the munchies, but what'd you think of the brownie?
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked them. They weren't too bad.
Stack.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a
Oh,
couple steps away from batter.
the dick board's empty. Just some nuts and some bottle caps.
Nuts. Trash. It's a trash dick now.
There's 3 pistachios.
Yeah, nuts all over your dick.
Well, guess that's the one John can have. There's pistachio.
Hey.
There's 3 left.
Oh, Tyree Wilson. There you go. All right.
Texas Tech, huh?
Mm-hmm. He's one of those like freak athletes. He got hurt, so he didn't have like as big a college season.
Do you remember who the last and if Husker was that went in the first round?
Adam Carricker.
Prince Mukamara.
He went in the first round?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he
The
was the
Giants
last one, but
late.
that's the last one I can think of.
Who did you say?
Adam Carricker.
He went in the first round?
Character
Yeah.
did too, yeah. He was like
But that was-
he was a higher pick. He was like a 16, 17.
Yeah, I was
something
like, I was say 15 or something.
Oh. That was a little longer ago than Mukamara.
Sue, what did he go? 4 or 5 or something like that to Detroit?
Sue, second
Second round?
pick.
Well, he was top 5.
Oh, so he was first. Well, no, he was after or before Mukamara.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh yeah.
Probably a short quarterback went for him.
Oh yeah. So I guess it probably
No, I'm talking about the most recent ones that are still in the NFL. Mukamara and Sue.
Who's the linebacker for Tampa Bay? He was 2nd round pick. Davis.
He was like a 5th pick or something. 5th round. 5th or 6th round, I thought.
He was 2nd round.
Oh,
Who?
round
Which
2.
Which Davis are you talking about?
I'm not leaving.
And John's back.
I'm not leaving yet.
You did just step in.
No, Sue was Amukamara was 1 year after Sue. So yeah, it was Amukamara
wow.
in 2011, Sue in 2010, then
Pelini.
Carricker in 2007,
Pelini's team.
Fabian Washington in 2005, and those are the only 4 in the 2000s.
Wow. That's
Never
sad.
first round picks.
Yep. But a lot of our pros that ended up becoming pros weren't necessarily always the first rounders. We had a lot of because we'd have a lot of like linemen and shit. They'd go in 3rd rounds, things like that.
Yeah. Well,
We always had the high motor guys.
We used to be like your steady reliables. You get your linemen, your linebackers from
Will
Nebraska.
Shields.
Will
NFL
Shields.
Hall of Famer,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the Chiefs' entire career, like
Shit.
13 years, went to the Pro Bowl every year, but his rookie year, I think.
He was one of the like all-time guards. Like not just Huskers, like NFL
Ever.
all-time guards. Damn, this is actually going kind of quick. I know it doesn't seem like it to you because you probably watch a lot of these, but
Well, they've sped him up the last 2-3 years.
I think what it is. So the picks are going quick, but there's a lot of commercials and a lot of shit going on because then it's like as soon as they come back, it's like boom, pick is in. So it's like the picks are going quick. They're just because usually they
You gotta have sponsors.
They fill in a lot of time. Yeah, they gotta get all the sponsors out.
I want to say first round picks might be 10 minutes, then it's like 7 for second and third, maybe the fourth, and then like 5 minutes that are on out. So tomorrow night is not just the second; it's the second and third, right?
Doesn't it go into Sunday?
It might be second, third, and fourth because I think there's 7 total rounds, so it would make sense. It'd go second,
7
third,
total
fourth,
rounds.
and then 5th, 6th, 7th.
I should have warned you. I thought we might be going long tonight.
Cool. I got a really long day tomorrow, so as you know,
Well,
bruh.
I'll help you with
Pistachio
some
for the road.
subs.
It's empty. I can see it's empty.
Is it? Oh,
Trying to give him an empty
That's
nut.
very rude.
I didn't know it was empty.
Anyway.
I just wanted to give the man my nut.
Yeah. Good to see you again, Tony. Been a,
Yeah, you as well.
Been a while. So,
Yeah, has been.
Uh,
I don't get invited anymore. My overt elf racism.
No, it's oh fuck.
yeah, I don't. All
I
right.
forgot we talked about that the last time.
Later.
Well, that was the last time.
Yeah. Just because I was talking about coming out tonight and somebody was asking about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, we podcast. And they started looking it up, and then they started looking at the list, and I was like, yeah, it's probably in here somewhere. I was like, sometimes they don't really title it. And I was like, I don't even remember. And then it was just like the first word was Tony hates black elves. I was like, that was the last one.
Tony hates what?
Black elves. Because he was asking about the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings TV series, I think it was, when everybody was mad because the elves were black. I was like, I ain't watching that shit. I don't like no black elves.
I know. I don't even know if you said that. That might have even been like. But sometimes I name the episodes like something that someone says off like before.
Oh, it was one. Yeah, it was one of the
episode
first
starts.
things that came out of my mouth because that's how I knew it was going to be a good time.
Or maybe that's when I have to keep that in.
I think we were sitting down and it was just like because I wasn't really quite comfortable and we were just, Bo, you gonna watch this? I was like, nah, I don't really like black elves. And you're just like, Jesus. I was like, I guess we're getting started. This is how we do it.
No, it reminds me though of what I really wanted to talk about, tell you, was that I became a college basketball fan this year.
Why?
He roots now for Kansas more than he roots for the Huskers.
My lady is
that's
a
fine.
Kansas fan.
Okay.
So yeah, and they're
She beats
fucking
him if he doesn't root for him.
they're
That's fine.
They're
Understandable.
fucking badass, you know.
Yeah, Kansas is pretty good at
They're
basketball.
a fucking like dynasty or whatever.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt good to like cheer for a team that's good, you know. And honestly, think about the Big 12. Who are you gonna really cheer for in the Big 12?
Shit, I don't even know who's in it anymore.
What, Oklahoma State, Iowa State,
I'm not big in college basketball, so
Texas.
it's hard to keep track unless it's like,
just
Right.
in general, in football too. You know.
well, yeah. I don't hate that. That's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not
honestly-
big in college basketball
Oh,
either
you're
way.
not.
So
I didn't think so, but
I watch the
I-
Huskers. We'll pay a little attention to Creighton. No big deal.
yeah, that's what I have. That's before. That's all I've watched. Is
Yeah.
Creighton versus Nebraska. I don't like watch Creighton games or whatever religiously. So
I pay attention to what's going
I've
on the
always
radio
considered
and shit.
myself
but-
a Creighton fan.
Creighton was
over
Elite Eight this
Nebraska.
year.
Yeah, they
Damn
did.
near had a Final Four.
They did better than Kansas. But I don't know.
It's because they are better than Kansas.
I filled out my first bracket.
bracket. Yeah, how'd you do?
I don't remember.
Not that great.
I think John won.
I think you're right.
I was in the lead for a long time, but then I had like some upsets that I didn't predict at all. Like on number 1 seeds, Arizona State.
Yeah, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I didn't
Did you
get
do
to one
it
this
this time?
year, and then
It seemed like this was a year of upsets too. I read.
that's what. Yeah, by the time I would have even thought about it, the first round was happening, and then half the games happened. I was like, yeah, my bracket would have been fucked already.
I felt
was
like-
like, there's no way I would have picked any of these teams.
After that first round, they said something ridiculous, like there's only 106 people that still have a
yeah,
bracket.
yeah, that first week
eligible or
killed a
whatever.
lot of brackets. There were some big upsets. I think there was a 16 versus 1 this year, which doesn't happen very often. I think it's only happened a few times. But if there's a 16 versus 1, that'll fuck up brackets.
But either way, I enjoyed it. You know,
that's good.
yeah. Like I played basketball for a couple of years in junior high, but I've never enjoyed watching basketball.
Pros or college?
Yeah, I've just never. I guess I've never gotten into it. You know, but there's a lot of sports I don't enjoy watching. Like I don't enjoy watching hockey.
Yeah, I mean,
tennis.
if you're not exposed to something, you're not really going to get into it. Like
Golf is
hockey,
boring as
I don't even
shit.
understand the goddamn rules of hockey, so it's hard
Yeah.
for me to get into.
And I will say this: going to a hockey game is better than watching a hockey game.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I went to a couple.
I just went to a Lancers game.
I say, are they the
about
Lancers
a year
again?
ago.
Are they the
That's
Lancers?
the minor
Yeah.
league in Nebraska.
Well, no, I know.
Omaha.
They were the Lancers, and then they went to something else, and then I think they went back to Lancers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
it's
had
just
old
like this-
Lancer shit, and I went to one of their games, and their teams were different, but I was wearing old Lancer shit, and so everybody was walking up, dude, I like that fucking jersey, and like, because everybody liked the old school
Yeah.
Lancer shit, because they were something else. Oh shit, Atlanta took Bijan.
Well, wouldn't it be the same if the Storm Chasers went back to the Royals or whatever? Wouldn't everyone like freak out and bust out their shit?
No, minor league baseball is a lot different.
They don't have. The
They
fan
change.
base.
They do, but I mean, minor league games, you're getting 5,000 people max.
They were the Golden Spikes for a minute, weren't they? That
Yeah,
was
the minor
nice.
leagues, the teams can change their names constantly. Like they'll just change their names. They'll change cities.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Or
it's
teams will
minor
change.
league or baseball.
It's basically who's
Yeah,
the biggest sponsor.
Teams
at the
will also
time. So I
change
think
organizations.
When they were the
Like,
Golden Spikes, I think UP was giving a big sponsorship at the time.
So who's sponsoring now?
UP might still be sponsoring, but they might have a bigger sponsor right now.
Or maybe they just decided to get a badass name. Even though the Storm Chasers isn't that bad.
No, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, teams have changed. I mean, there was a while there, the Omaha Royals weren't even the minor league system of the Kansas City Royals. Like they were the Milwaukee Brewers minor league team. I think it was really weird.
Yeah,
Like
can't you get brought up to the major leagues or something?
Yeah, but it's through the parent team. So like you'll get through the minors, but then once you get to
See, and that's-
so it's like purchasing a contract. You have a minor league contract, and then when you get called up, the major league team basically buys your contract from the minor league team. Because
During,
then
like,
you have to
there's
redo your contract,
AA,
then you have to get paid as a
AAA.
major leaguer.
There's even smaller teams than single A. And
maybe-
then
maybe it
those
wasn't the Royals,
teams,
maybe it
like
was
they
the
own all
Rockies.
of that. Because there's like
And this is why I don't
60 or
pay
more
attention to
rounds
minor
in
league
baseball.
sport.
Like something stupid like that. 68 rounds.
But no,
for the
and
draft.
that was kind
So
of
you
my
got
point.
a ton of players, but you got huge teams. You got to have a bullpen of pitchers. You got positional players and backups. Like they're huge teams.
But no,
And you play
that was the point is that
162
minor
game
league
season.
baseball is not that important. Like the teams itself, does that make sense? Like the players, because
Yeah.
baseball in a lot of ways is an individual sport. Like especially as hitters, pitchers, you're one-on-one against the opponent. You know, I mean, there is a team, but your actual job is generally a one-on-one.
Most
thing.
of the time, you're just standing around in the outfield.
Yeah, so it's the importance of minor league baseball is actually on like the performance of the players and development, things like that. Like the team aspect of it isn't as big a deal as far as like they'll change the names, they have stupid promotions, they'll kind of just joke around. Like it's a more relaxed atmosphere.
Would you say more people care about the USFL than
No.
minor league baseball? No one gives a fuck about that shit.
Well, and that's also the thing with minor league baseball. There's so many fucking teams.
There's only like 8 probably in the USFL.
There's I mean, every team has probably like 6 minor league teams basically under it at different levels, different cities, different towns. They'll be in a town of 15,000 people will have a minor league team, and a city have 1.5 million has minor league teams. Like everybody has minor league teams. They're like you can actually buy minor league teams relatively cheap.
How many minor leagues are in Nebraska? Does Lincoln have one?
I have no idea. I'm sure Lincoln does.
Really?
I would think so. I mean, I think the Lincoln Salt Dogs or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I think
They're a minor league?
Yeah, it's a different level, but it's all minor league,
Huh.
like independent league things
So
like
there's
that.
there's single, double, triple A being the highest right before you go to the MLB, and then there's even smaller squads than single A.
Oh,
And a lot of those
rookie
ones will
ball,
be like kids that
independent
maybe
ball.
come straight out of high school. They'll
Yeah.
put in there.
Wow.
There's like shortened season leagues. There's all kinds.
Grapefruit
There's so
league.
many of them. So yeah, they
It-
do it for
Is baseball still America's sport?
no. Well, one, it was not. It was never America's sport. It was America's pastime.
Oh yeah.
Like America's
Wow.
sport is football because it's the most popular sport.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, the Eagles pick us in. We missed a couple, some fast ones.
No, you have.
Well, I got my back to the monitor.
I've been watching.
What's been happening? Damn it! Who did
Bijan
you
Robinson
miss?
went to the Falcons.
Oh wow! Yeah, they were predicting that might happen.
He's a running back out of Texas. Probably the only run. There might be 2 running backs going the first round this year, but he was by far the best. This guy was. This apparently this draft, if you listen to certain people, really top heavy. There's probably like 15 to 18 elite first round talent, and then the rest is just kind of a good depth. So he's one of the elite talents. Like you're still getting the top guys right now.
Yeah.
Once you get to
Best in the
15, 20,
position.
it's going to be kind of woo. That's when it's probably going to get crazy because nobody really knows who's going to go where.
So the Texans did trade 2 first-round picks to trade up to with the Cardinals.
Oh, I'm sure they'd have to. 'Cause
They
he
did
went from
last year's
12.
or next year's first round, this year's, and a second this year. The Cardinals traded this year's third pick to them in exchange, and then they're obviously their current first round.
Well, and then the Cardinals gave up
So,
their second round this year.
Well,
to move
what do you
back
think
up.
the best strategy is in the draft?
Identify players you like, and if you're willing to do
No.
it, you get up and get them.
I don't think there's one good strategy. It depends on your team at that
What you need?
junction where you're
But
at.
like,
yeah.
but I'm talking about
if
strategy.
if you have a good team, you can pick 2
The
positions
first
if you
round
want
is
to.
about
Okay, so
targeting
here's-
usually, unless you get lucky and somebody falls.
If you have a shit
the
team,
situation,
you want the
you're
best team.
You're
You want
the
the best player.
Carolina Panthers' new head coach, the first round pick. Yeah, you have to pick
the
a quarterback.
Chiefs traded it from like 27th to the 10th to get Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
It's a matter of, like I said, what kind of
But
team you have, where you're at. in
Once
your
you get like later in the draft, though,
development.
too, like definitely by 4th round, you're looking at pockets of players that just have good value at certain areas.
Gotta be Jalen Carter.
And then you just got to decide, like, do I need this position or I'd like this player enough to move up? Or am I willing to wait to the next pocket and maybe trade down with somebody that wants to move up?
yeah.
So it's just, but that's why these guys build out their draft boards and figure out how they rank players, what ranges they would be willing to draft a
You
player
got a whole
at,
spreadsheet.
and
Jalen Carter.
yeah. When I played Madden, when I'm on the franchise mode, when it's draft time, I've already in the game. You can like interview guys and like be scouting them all year long, And when the draft happens, though, I have like a bunch of rankings for my guys, and it does help you a whole lot when you're picking players who are not like reaching or whatnot and fucking around. When I didn't go into a draft with a game plan, my draft would be horrible in that game. Like you have to definitely have a game plan.
You got to know what.
And it's not to necessarily say like, oh, we know for sure we're going to go trade up for this guy. Like that's what the first round's for, and maybe the second round.
Well, a lot of times, if you have like a shit
That's
team,
the premium talent.
so if a new coach comes into a team, usually you have a new coach because your team sucks and your last coach got fired. So usually you're coming in. New coaches generally don't care who's already there because they're like, I'm not responsible. I didn't draft any of you
want a new
guys.
team,
Yeah, you want your guys. You want the ones that you pick. And so a lot of times, if you have a good quarterback that you're like, I like this quarterback, you don't have to worry about getting a quarterback. You can kind of, what position do I need? But generally, if your team sucks, you get the best player that's available. Like you can scout everybody, you rank players, you can go by position, but you can also do just best player available.
Yeah.
Not a lot of times, if you have a shit team, that's the best way to go because you're like, we need help everywhere. It doesn't matter. We just need the best player.
Doesn't
the
matter
best,
the system.
Yeah, it don't give a
Another
shit.
thing of the NFL draft is the crapshoot. So another
that
strategy is to get as many draft picks as you possibly can, and focus on a couple positions or something like that.
25, 26 of the guys you see tonight are going to suck
What the Texans just did
compared to
with
other
players.
players. What?
What the Texans just did, where they just traded their other whatever to get 2 back-to-back picks. That's a crapshoot, Derek.
Essentially.
Well, yeah, you
don't-
never know what a guy's going to do. But
The whole draft is a
but
crapshoot.
obviously, they targeted a couple guys like these are the guys who want, and they made moves to make it happen.
Isn't it kind of one of those things too, where it's like the Heisman, where you win the Heisman but you suck in the NFL? First round draft is
It
kind of.
can. I mean, the NFL is a
they suck.
whole different, obviously, league, but it's just a different game almost compared to college.
Yeah,
You have, like,
exactly.
extreme
You get out in the
athletes
real
everywhere.
world,
So everybody that's
Guys
in
got to
college,
be committed. They got to be willing to like put in the effort and stuff. A lot of guys like might be supremely athletically gifted, do great
but
in
don't
college,
wanna
get
do the
drafted
work.
high, and they don't want to do the fucking work.
Yeah.
Jamarcus Russell's probably the number
1%
one
of college
option for
football
that.
players get drafted. The NFL is the best of that 1%. Like
1% of
probably
college.
of college players. You know how many teams
Oh, is
there
that
are in
Hendon
college?
Hooker?
Yeah, that's insane.
Do they go hand in? No, it's Jalen Carter. It's the Eagles pick. They took Jalen Carter, D tackle out of Georgia.
It says Bears is in.
They're
now.
they're up next. They're looking at highlights from Jalen Carter. who was racing a college teammate after the bowl game and died. He had to get. It was at the combine, and then they had to bring him in to.
I like
question
the
him.
idea though. If you're a new coach, let me trade a couple of fucking picks out. Let me get
if there's a
some
quarterback
top
you like, you
dogs.
always go and get the quarterback.
Well, that's the team. Obviously, the quarterback's the fucking position.
Once you have a quarterback, that helps so much.
Who did you like, Bryce Allen over CJ? Or do you not know enough?
When I watched C.J. Stroud play, he looked really fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because I've watched more Ohio State games than Alabama games, but yeah, I like CJ Stroud.
A little bit that I watched him, it seemed like every time the odds looked stacked against him as far as like guys crashing down in the pocket, he just always knew where to move and where to put the ball, and it was always the right plan. So we get so many touchdowns in those moments.
Where did Mahomes go?
Texas Tech.
No, where did he go in the draft?
10.
Yeah, he was way back there.
The Chiefs drafted top 10 pick.
Oh, first round 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought 10th round for some reason.
There's 7.
Yeah. Okay, I realized that. Was he projected to go that high too, or what?
Some people thought he would. He was all over the map.
Because he was kind of an underdog, though.
A lot of guys thought he'd be like second or third round pick.
He wasn't
but there
much
was like
Heisman
3 or 4
talk.
teams or so that people were like, oh, I could see him going anywhere from like 15 to maybe as much as like 8 or 7.
Yeah, it just also depends on where you go, what kind of
The
player
Saints
you're gonna
really
be.
liked him, and that's who the Chiefs had targeted the jump to get him. They didn't think anybody else would get him before the Saints. And the Saints, after that draft, said, yeah, we would have taken Patrick, and they ended up taking like a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Was it because the Chiefs sucked so much that previous year?
No, they were actually just starting to
No,
do good.
like I said, they traded up from 27. They won a playoff game or two.
All right.
And then that year, Alex Smith has like best season of his career. And
After they traded him?
No, after they picked Patrick Mahomes, because Mahomes he sat his first year.
Oh, I didn't realize
And
that.
Alex Smith had like
He
almost
started
MVP
off
season.
really
He
good,
was
and then
awesome.
went on a bad skid, and they almost put Mahomes in.
He played
and then they
one
came
game,
out
like,
of
at
it.
the
That's
end.
when they switched OCs midway through the season. Or Andy Reid quit calling the plays, and they handed it off to the guy that went and coached the Bears, Matt Nagy.
Nagy.
Yeah, that worked out well. He got fired after 3 years.
I thought the Bears would have picked by now. Oh, no, they're still picking. Because
Yeah.
I was like, they suck. Why haven't they picked yet?
They had the first pick, and then they traded. Carolina came up.
See,
and-
that seems so dumb.
not
you have
necessarily.
the-
If you're that
They
bad
have a
and you have-
quarterback, so they don't.
Fields.
Justin
They didn't need the
Fields.
quarterback. They had a lot of holes, essentially positions that weren't great. So what you do is you trade down, you pick more picks because
They have a quarterback they believe in, then you might as well-
get extra players to fill in more positions that you
okay,
need help at.
So that's another strategy.
It makes sense. You've
You
got
get
your
more-
quarterback.
They got a
you
wide
just need to build
receiver from
around
the
him.
Panthers that's pretty good, DJ Moore.
Yeah,
The
and that
coach
helps.
has been there for a couple of years, right? That I don't like.
What?
The young guy at the Bears?
Oh, did not see
What are you
that
talking
coming.
about?
The coach
Wow.
for the Bears?
Darnell Wright.
Oh God, I can't remember who the hell their coach
Yeah, I don't
is.
even remember who their coach is. It's fucking Bears,
I think
man.
he's the young guy. I thought he was.
It's only been a year or two because they had Matt Nagy, and then they just got rid of him.
I think this was his first.
This might have
year.
been his first
Because
year.
he went right back to the Chiefs. Last year was his first year back
Nagy's
as a QB
back?
coach.
doing what?
This year he's the OC
Yeah, where he
He's
belongs.
back to the OC.
for the
Did
Chiefs.
Did the
He was
Chiefs?
their quarterback coach last year.
Did Andy get rid of his son or?
He's in jail.
It was an
Thought-
old
that's
tackle.
what I was
Okay, that makes sense.
wondering.
I thought it said D tackle. That didn't make no damn sense. No, the Bears did the smart move for once. They actually took an offensive tackle because Justin Fields was getting killed all last year.
Yeah.
I thought it said D tackle.
I was wondering, did he?
I think it did say DT at the beginning.
Did Fields have a concussion as well? Am I imagining that?
No, he set a record for like rushing
Rushing
touchdowns
yards
for
by
a quarterback,
quarterback.
and
Yeah.
did he have over 1,000 yards?
Oh yeah, he had 1,257 rushing yards. Yeah,
I
he
hope-
broke Vic's record.
Oh shit!
But a lot of that was also because he was running for his life because they didn't have a line. So they went and picked up a tackle, which is good thing to do. And you got a young quarterback that they just invested a lot in. Bears are playing it smart. There was tons of talk about Tennessee trading up. And they're just going to sit there and take whoever they're going to take now. Shit, Will Levis is still out there. He's sliding. If you wanna
Oh,
call
a lot
it
of people
that.
think that he won't maybe go until like the second or third round, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. the three of them went. Richardson, so it'll be Levis and then Hendon Hooker.
I'm going to watch for the Chiefs to trade up for Zay Flowers from BC.
They better trade up. He'll probably go before the 15.
That's what they're saying. They might trade up for him. I don't know if they'll trade up past 15, though.
Detroit might take a receiver.
I think they're hoping for like 17.
Green Bay could take a receiver.
Not to sidetrack this, I'm sure we'll come back to football, but
If we have to.
have you been paying attention to Marvel?
A little bit. I just watched Ant-Man.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I
Yeah,
haven't.
went bad. Watched
Michael
Wakanda forever.
Keaton's
That was
coming
good.
back?
I started Wakanda. I couldn't.
That's not Marvel.
Fuck
not
off,
Marvel?
Derek.
I don't read comics.
Jesus, fucking nerd.
I haven't even watched that trailer. I saw it came out.
That'll be interesting.
I'll watch
I saw
that.
the D&D
I'm not gonna
movie,
go-
and
Well,
they
I
had
saw.
that
Have you seen
for-
James Gunn lineup? He put out a lineup for
I
everything that he has
did.
planned.
I didn't know shit about it. I didn't know shit about those.
I knew some of the stuff that kind of got me excited. The Authority. I love The Authority. It's like,
Is that a future one or is that
yeah,
one
it's
of
one
his
of the
coming
first.
up?
No, it's one of the first
Oh,
chapter.
okay.
Chapter
See, that's the
ones
thing.
or whatever.
I'll see what he's got because
But I think
I've
it's-
enjoyed Peacemaker and I love the Suicide Squad.
And I think this is a TV show. But Authority's a little bit. It's a team up sort of thing. Different kind of heroes. It's got like this
The
Superman
ragtag
It's got a
group.
Superman rip off sort of, and then like a Batman rip off, and then they're like lovers in the comic book. And so it's kind of
All right.
It's gonna piss people off. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Oh, that's
But there's
fine.
like some cool characters in it. There's this guy Jack Hawksmoor who has like the spirit of the city. That like whenever he goes to a city and he like can feel it. It's like alive to him. And like the more he spends time, and the bigger the city, the more powerful he is. He has different abilities and things like that.
This
So-
is in the Authority.
yeah, the Authority.
So if he lived in like a small town,
Then,
it'd take,
yeah,
like
he wouldn't
40
really be
years,
shit.
He might have some decent powers.
Well, it's not even that he would get powers eventually. It's just that's how powerful he is. It's
Or his
he kinda
powers
lives on the-
only localized to the city he's currently in.
No, it's just the size. It's hard to describe. It's almost like a city is sentient with him, and so he gets his powers
what happens
from
if he
the
leaves the
actual
city? Does he still have his powers, or
Yeah, I mean, it just
He
It
just
becomes
charges.
like a-
one. It's not like
charges
he's walking
from the
down a
city.
country road to the next town over. Like they're hopping in jets and flying to
Either-
places, dropping him off, and he's doing shit.
Either way, I will check out the James Gunn universe. I'm
Yeah,
interested
like
in that.
charge him?
Like
Give it a shot.
I like Guardians. I will maybe go to the theaters for Guardians.
Yeah, I'm excited for Guardians.
But
Adam
besides
Warlock
that-
mainly. I'm excited
besides
for
that,
Warlock.
I don't like Marvel has been. I started Wakanda, couldn't get through it, gave up like within 45 minutes.
Quitter.
Yeah, sorry, because I did not
I haven't
enjoy
even seen it, and I'm not sure if I want to.
whatever Doctor Strange before that, and I haven't
Yeah,
watched
that
the
one was a little
last
rough.
couple of TV shows. So
There's different shit coming up that I'm excited about. So right now I'm just kind of we'll see what's happening. Like when they
you liked
do like the
you
Deadpool
liked-
kills
you
the
liked
Marvel
Ant-Man?
universe. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was. I mean, it was. I wasn't expecting a lot. Like it was funny. It was an Ant-Man movie. There was some dumb shit in there, the whole Darren Cross thing. But it's a lot of the shit I wouldn't like is based on my comic nerdness. Like I'm like MODOK was never a good guy, and that wasn't that. And so, but I didn't
no
have-
redemption.
At this
for
point, I'm
him.
just like, it's fine. I don't care. Like, it's a funny Ant-Man movie or whatever. They're gonna bring in Kang the Conqueror. He's gonna fuck a bunch of shit
you
up.
go
He's
to
gonna
it in
be-
theaters and everything.
No, I just
Okay,
watched it.
pirated.
We watched the D&D movie.
Not yet. Looked pretty funny though.
It was good. It was really
It actually looked
entertaining.
interesting. I wanted to watch it.
Mario.
Not yet. I've heard good things.
I'd like to
Yeah,
see that.
I want to go see Mario.
Fuck
I might
Cocaine
wait
Bear.
to watch that though.
We went and saw
Love
Cocaine
Cocaine
Bear. yeah.
That was a great
Everybody
movie.
seems to either like take it for what it is and enjoy
It's
it,
the
or
only
just
way you
fucking
could do
hate
it. It's Cocaine Bear.
So everybody
Like,
says like, "Oh, that movie was so stupid." I'm like,
yeah, it's a
"It's
bear
called
that did cocaine.
Bear." Like,
Yeah.
weren't you wanting like an Emmy-nominated masterpiece?
I just
like,
couldn't believe
yeah.
that. I didn't see anything in there.
Or is that this TV
It's
show?
literally
at least?
Cocaine Bear. You saw a bear on cocaine. Congratulations, you got the plot. I mean, it is kind of funny
It
that
was
it's
just
based on a
fun
true story-ish.
It was just a fun movie to go
Yeah.
to a theater
Yeah,
and
it was
everyone
awesome.
like, collectively laugh with people.
Watch fucking
you know?
Tormund dress up like a nerd.
Oh yeah.
That was the camping guy or the
Yeah.
camper or whatever. Fucking Tormund. Ice Cube's kid was in it. That was awesome. Yeah, those kids cracked me
Han
up.
Solo.
Watching them eat like cocaine at the beginning just cracked me up, and then at the end they're like walking away, like we're gonna have to go to rehab. Why? Because we're cokeheads now. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, that's
And then
awesome.
the little
What-
bear
what was
cubs
the
were
little
cokeheads.
kid?
Yeah.
The little kid had like the best lines all the time.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
they
I
were
just wanna
hilarious.
go home.
And then the bear actually just did a line of coke. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Watched that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. That was interesting.
Oh, that's out.
It was available when I was downloading movies.
All right.
I don't know how out
I've
it is.
been wanting to see that because
So what's the plot of that?
Basically, so Christopher Robin goes to college and abandons Pooh and friends or whatever, and apparently they never learned how to fend for themselves.
So they just
kind of don't know what the fuck to do. Like
They start killing.
They turn cannibalistic at first.
They eat Elmore or
I don't want to ruin any of it, but yeah, let's just say Eeyore isn't around.
Eeyore, yeah.
So it's essentially Pooh and Piglet, and they're just fucking crazy, and they've been murdering people, and like they cannibalized Eeyore and got crazy. And
I want to see the Nicolas Cage one with the vampire.
Do they eat fluff out
Renfield?
of him?
Renfield,
Looks
yeah.
awesome.
Do they eat like the fluff?
No, they don't show Eeyore. It's like he dies like off screen. Previous story, they're like, yeah, the first one to go was Eeyore, and then this is them like years later when they're already just fucking
deranged.
Yeah, they're already out of it. But there's one. It's just
Do
one
they
part where-
reunite with
no
Christopher
Piglet,
Robin?
no
What
Piglet.
I just love about it is that it's because it's public domain now.
Yeah,
So
that's
they're
that's
allowed
exactly
to do
100%
it.
what it came about. Is like
And
Winnie the
the-
Pooh became public domain, and they were like, horror movie.
The same thing with Mickey Mouse soon.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Porn.
Steamboat Willie is going to be in porns real soon.
Mickey's spouse.
Yeah, so I'm okay still with the Marvel. Like I said, I'm not invested as much as I used to be, but I'll still watch them when they come out.
I've lost interest.
I haven't been to
I
the
feel
theater to
bad.
watch one in a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm excited for Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. That'll be good.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's going to be called. I think that's
That
the
should be
plot
what
line.
it's called, though.
Well, there's comics called that. Like there was one that he went around and killed everybody. Like just to I forgot what the
I mean, they kind
storyline
of
was.
led into that too with the last one, where he went back and killed the original.
And that's
Deadpool.
kind of how it ties into now, because now they have the Time Authority people from Loki.
Yeah.
So the idea was, even though when Deadpool 2 was done, it wasn't a thing, but he did the time traveling thing. So all of a sudden, you pissed off the Time Travel Authority. That's now a
okay.
thing. So they have an easy way to bring him in, be like, hey, stop fucking around with time. So I think what they're going to do is go back and bring in a bunch of like the old Fox Marvel movies, because there's still like canon in the world, and people are always like,
yeah,
well, what is
'cause,
that to this? And this is different. Well, that was different. So I think he's
Well, it's
going
just
to go
gonna be
back.
another universe.
Well, I think he's going to somehow end up in those universes and just like kill the Fox universe as opposed to like the Marvel universe. But they're going to, it's basically
I
the
see.
storyline of Deadpool kills the like the Marvel universe, but I think he's going to like kill the Fox universe. So as a way of kind of shutting off that, hey, they're tied in. What about this guy that played the Hulk? And he killed all those guys. Like, so then you don't have to worry about it anymore. I think that'd be.
I mean, it's a good way.
And I think that's how he's going to run
reset
into.
it.
He's going
Like,
to run into Wolverine at that point, and then they're going to big
Team
fight.
up.
Yeah, and so
yeah,
something
fight,
like that'll
really.
happen. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
I heard a rumor they might bring in, or not bring in, but have the Wolverine versus Hulk finally, because that was like a big fight. That was Wolverine's first appearance as he fought the Hulk.
Really, I never heard
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
oh yeah.
Did you lose?
They walked away from each other because they basically both eviscerated each other, and they realized neither one of them would beat the other one. So they were just like, "Fuck it, I guess we'll just call it good." Like, just go about our way. Come to find out, we were both. So like Wolverine was hunting a big monster, and then Hulk was hunting something. And so when they ran into each other, they thought each other was the person they were hunting. So they started fighting, and they realized they weren't. And it was like, okay. And then it was just like, oh shit. But I think there was one scene where like literally Wolverine gutted Hulk, and was just like, yeah, kind of got all whatever, walked off like that was fucking kill shot, and walked off. And Hulk's like, where are you going? And like turns, he just because he has healing factor too. And it was that sort of thing where they neither one didn't kill the other one.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a draw.
No matter what damage you do.
Yeah, but it was a
a
fight that Marvel fans have wanted to see for years, because it was original Wolverine fight was against the Hulk. Like they would literally be just a throwdown. So there's rumors that might happen.
I mean,
shit.
that would be dope.
Jameer Gibbs went number 12, a running back from Alabama.
I feel like that's almost, especially if they need to reset.
Yeah,
That was the perfect way to bring
kind of what they're
bring
doing.
everyone back. for
And that's
that,
how they're going to
too.
bring. They'll start bringing in. I think Phase 7 is going to bring in mutants, things like that. So they're kind of resetting everything.
Phase 7. Jesus, what are we in right now?
I think this is 6. I think it'll be either. I think after this one. I'm not sure, but they're coming up. We'll see. They're playing the Secret Wars thing now, so that when that plays out, exactly. Secret Wars wasn't great, but it was all right.
That's the Nick Fury stuff.
Yeah, with the Skrulls and everybody. You don't know who Skrulls are, who's human.
I don't. So I'm not that interested.
yeah, that's deep Marvel shit.
Because doesn't
Like,
the Marvels come out soon, right?
they already had the
Or no,
Marvels.
Guardians comes out.
Yeah, Guardians is coming out,
But no.
but that's going to introduce Adam Warlock. That'll be in High Evolutionary.
All right. You lost me.
I know.
I'll watch some of them. It's gonna have to be like word of mouth. You're gonna have to tell me one of them's really great.
Oh,
me
for
to,
sure.
Like,
I'll let you know.
really care about it again. I feel like.
Did you like the? I don't know. Did we talk about the Spider-Man? The last Spider-Man?
Yeah.
When they, I didn't know if we talked about that. When they
No
brought
Way
in
Home.
everybody.
No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home was amazing. That's probably the last great thing I've seen from Marvel.
Yeah, that one.
Honestly, I
just
think-
watched that again. That's not too long ago.
I think No Way Home was better than Endgame, in a way, because also
Yeah.
I only know
I can see that.
so much, you know. The team ups aren't that amazing to me. But
Well, and
like,
it was-
seeing the 3 Spider-Mans that I
say it was one of the first, like, let's introduce other versions of other things. Like, it was kind of that first case of that where it was like, that's fucking awesome. Like, every rumor that came out, oh, I heard they're going to get Tobey Maguire. Oh, I heard they're going to get this. And then it was like, yeah, they got fucking Tobey Maguire. They got fucking Andrew Garfield. Like, it was a thing. They brought back Willem Dafoe. They brought, it was like, holy shit. It wasn't just rumors. They actually did that. And that was pretty cool. The crossover with the different villains from each other's universe. I like the conversation they had where they were talking. They're like, oh, so what kind of guys do you guys fight over there? He was like, well, I fought an alien. You fought an alien? I want to fight an alien. I fought an alien in space.
Well,
wait a minute, what? And it's just like, that shit was hilarious.
Well, my favorite part was just like, you gotta be careful where you fall when they're like both like fell into
oh God.
a vat of eels or
Yeah.
a sand machine or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
They did that really well. So we'll see.
yeah.
They're gonna have to, I don't know, change something up, get interest some other way.
I have the same confidence in Marvel and Star Wars at this point.
Packers pick is in.
Well, I think what's going to help is they're starting to do. If you think of it as like Star Wars, this is the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. Like the bad guys are going to start winning a lot, I think, and that's going to change interest from everybody's tired of the same old stories. Well, now the bad guys are all going to start winning, which is Secret Wars. There's like where the Dark Avengers, where fucking Harry Osborn becomes president, Kingpin becomes like a mayor of New York. And it's just like all the bad guys basically be in charge of everything. That's when fucking Nick Fury.
That could be interesting.
Nick Fury loses out on Shield. He's not in charge
They have to
anymore.
go
Bad guys are
underground and
bad guys
shit.
are in charge of everything. They start coming up with the Dark Avengers, which was like a government-funded Avengers team.
What was that? Was Captain America still around at this point and everything?
Yeah, but he was like underground because it was almost like, remember when Civil War happened and they were like that's kind of the Dark Avengers came from that, off of like the tail end of that, where there was a lot of mistrust in the heroes, and they didn't, half of them were fighting each other, and then hey, the bad guys are like, we saved your city, we're awesome, and so people start rooting for Fisk and Osborn, and then they get elected, and then they start doing their own shit, and then so basically the good guys are all underground rebels trying to fight the city, so it's almost like the
Hey,
Star.
that could be good.
So it's almost like if you take the
that.
Marvel universe is the Star Wars movies, this is like Empire Strikes Back almost like. So I think that's kind of where we're at. So I think that'll help when you start getting like, remember the fake Captain America,
Fake Captain America.
from U.S. Agent is what he was called, but
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
from Falcon and
Yeah, I don't remember the
Winter
guys.
Soldier, like guys like that. So basically they have.
The anti-heroes, in a way.
Well, the anti-heroes are still heroes. Like these guys are the bad guys. Like they end up kind of becoming.
They think they're heroes, but they're...
Sort of, yeah. I mean, depending on how they play it, they could just play it. They're just
Well,
manipulated
most
by.
bad guys always have some vision where either like I'm extremely selfish or I believe I'm doing something better for the greater good.
And that's where like Contessa comes in, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And all, have you seen her in parts where she pops up in some films and shit, like Black Widow,
Black Widow was what
things
I was
like that.
thinking
Yeah,
of.
she's putting together the Dark Avengers, is what she's doing. So they'll get teams like that. Except for like Dark Avengers originally had like Loki in it, but he was still a bad guy then. They didn't fucking pussify him and Tom Hiddleston him, made him a nice guy so everybody likes him.
made him handsome. and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, it's not.
Packers
Yeah.
pick has been in for over a minute and they still have doing commercials.
Well, they probably.
Now they've bowed down
Are
to
there
corporate America.
are there any quarterbacks left?
Yeah, a couple of them, Levis,
probably the
Hendon
highest
Hooker,
rated
but
one.
Because don't they need a quarterback now? Obviously,
no, they got Jordan Love.
he kind of sucks, though, doesn't he?
Nobody knows.
He played really good when he had
Hadn't really
extended
played.
action last year in the second half of the game.
Yeah, but nobody really knows much about him.
They were extremely impressed with him in the offseason last year when they had their formal practices and stuff. He looked phenomenal,
Yeah.
apparently.
That's the only reason they felt comfortable about letting Aaron kind of take off, because they're like they've seen enough. And
Well,
I
and
think
in their
he's in the
17
last year or
years,
two
he'll be
of the
playing for
deal.
the Jets anyways.
You gotta have a backup, though.
They have a backup.
Backups are expensive, man. You just got a main guy and hope he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Think they're going wide receiver?
I think they might go Jackson and Jigba, the Ohio State wide receiver. I think it would be kind of a punch in the dick to Aaron Rodgers that they finally get a first-round wide receiver when they never got one like the entire time he was a quarterback.
The Green Bay Packers select Lucas Van Ness.
Who?
Defensive end.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Iowa.
Oh, he's just pretty
They
good.
went defense. I mean, that's...
Although he was expected to go later in
I
the
thought
first
late
round.
first round, yeah.
So is he surprised? Where's he at?
Mid first round, basically.
Not even there.
13.
Well, they got like a mile and a half before they get there.
Yeah.
Give
Well,
them a
that
second.
how often does that happen though? A person gets drafted and they're like, "Fuck, I don't
What do you
want to
mean?
go there."
Oh. I mean, we're going to give you $50 million. Like, okay, I guess I'll get used to it.
You'll go
Like,
wherever.
Where are you going to complain about? Like, the only times that ever happened would be like the Cleveland Browns' worst days where you get drafted. But if you're going first, second pick, third pick, where the Cleveland Browns picked a lot, you're getting a shit ton of money.
When you get drafted though, you still have to sign a contract with them. How do you negotiate?
They have
a year?
slotting
Not
in the
anymore.
draft now.
They used to. There
So
was a
what is
collective
it?
bargaining agreement to where now
There's
every
still negotiation, but not that much.
prices
It's
are
pretty light.
slotted
So
based
what is
on
the
where you're
standard contract if you go?
There's
to
been a few
You'd have to
guys
look.
that have held out until late, until training camp, that basically were arguing for like they couldn't do much for how much money, but they
It's
can
more like
argue more for
language.
guaranteed money.
certain language in the thing, contracts, what you're entitled
Yeah,
to.
do you got
what
what
you can't-
incentives you get for like roster bonus, cut bonuses, or workout bonuses?
Yeah, but the money doesn't really change much anymore. It used to. It got really ridiculous. Then I think Matthew Stafford was the last #1 pick in the previous collective bargaining agreement, and he got like $50-something million guaranteed. And so a bunch of vets were like, "That's bullshit. Some rookie has never played this game at all. Like at a pros, gets $50 million, and I'm on a vet minimum. And I started 16 games last year. So it turned into that. So they renegotiated and gave more money to vets.
But there was a
as opposed to
lot of
rookies.
players, though. I think the owners were overall happy with that because
Wow.
there was a lot of players that were drafted that making buku bucks
Patriots
more than
traded
other people
down.
in their position. That just sucked.
Buku.
Steelers traded up to 14.
With who?
That was the Patriots pick. So Patriots traded out. There was rumors Bill Belichick was going to trade up.
I was reading he wants to get linemen.
Belichick trades all of his picks. It don't matter. He trades down, picks up extra picks, drafts some third-round guy in the first round, and then he becomes an all-pro. It's Bill Belichick, though. Not everybody can do that shit.
He's been traditionally a pretty bad drafter, though. He gets a lot of good signings.
His first rounds suck, but he finds late-round guys all the time. It's ridiculous. But yeah, for some reason, his first rounders always suck. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting draft. Kind of no real big surprises, so that's different. Usually there's a few
the running
surprises.
back, maybe from Alabama.
Yeah. He was he was going to be a first rounder. I didn't expect him. At
I mean, there
12,
was
and I didn't
predictions that
expect him to
Bijan
go-
Robinson would maybe not even get picked until the second half of the first
Yeah.
round.
And I didn't expect him to go to Detroit. I figured they'd go like defense probably because they had a terrible defense last year.
Oh, the guy from Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
Hey,
curious to
buddy.
see how Richardson does.
Yeah,
He went
that'll
to
be
the
good.
Colts, right? Number 4?
Yeah. He's a freak. If they can actually like teach him to throw, but it was hard to judge his ability because I think Florida's like team in general wasn't great. In his first I don't think he threw a touchdown in like his first 7 games or something ridiculous like
Really?
that. But then like his last 4, he threw like 10 touchdowns and like 2 interceptions. Like it was like a literal half and half of a season. So he showed a lot of flashes, and he's big and fast, and he can be ridiculous.
I know he's got a strong arm.
Yeah. Dude, he's like a linebacker. He's like 6'4", 245 or something like that. Yeah, this kid I was expecting late first. I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to go to a team as a white defensive lineman, might as well go to Green Bay. Oh, I
That
wonder.
seems racist to say.
Oh, it's very racist.
Steelers
There's
pick is
a lot of
already
white
in.
people up there.
Think they're going wide receiver again? So they usually go to the second round for wide receivers.
Steelers? I don't know.
They need a
I was surprised
quarterback.
that they traded up.
They need
got
it.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. All he did was throw picks.
No, they ended up. No, they didn't make the playoffs. I think they got close. They ended up with a
They had
winning record.
500 or better, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I know
Tomlin's
Tomlinson has
streak's
never
still-
had a losing
yeah,
record.
Tomlin's streak's still going. That'd be a dude to have as a head coach. I'd love to have Mike Tomlin as my head coach. That guy's awesome.
Wait, I thought he left the Steelers.
No.
I thought he got fired.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Will Levis. I think they always seem to
They
like
won't go
those bigger,
quarterback.
thicker-bodied quarterbacks.
Have
No,
the
they
Steelers
want Pickett.
sucked since
Pickett
him,
was
though?
from Pittsburgh. They all know Pickett. They're going to keep him.
Has-
They'll get him
ha-
a receiver.
Have the Steelers been good with him?
They're never bad.
Yeah.
They've never been great, though.
They've won Super
Won
Bowls.
2 Super Bowls.
When?
Recently.
With Ben
with
Roethlisberger.
Tomlin?
Yeah.
He was there?
Ben's got 2 Super Bowls.
And I think he went to 3, right?
They
How long
might
has he
have.
been there, then?
Tomlin?
Yeah.
Just 20 years.
Oh,
Almost.
shit.
I think it's going to be
He's been
his
there forever.
18th year, I think, coming up.
Oh, okay.
It was like, yeah, but he came in after
Cower.
Cower, and Cower was there for like 20 years. Like they've
And then
had
before them,
3
Chuck
coaches
Noll.
in like
They've only
70
had
years.
3 coaches. It's been Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and
then
now
Mike Tomlin. Since like the 50s. It's ridiculous.
Well, what about the managers, though? Same manager?
They don't have
Same
managers.
owner,
It's
family.
the coach.
Well, no, you have
Oh,
the
tackle.
team manager.
No, baseballs have managers. Baseball teams have managers.
No, the general manager.
Oh, general manager, that's different. No, I think they've had longevity in their
yeah,
general
it's
manager
offensive
too.
tackle.
Because they're like, is that offensive tackle?
Yeah, it looks
No,
like a
that's
D.
Broderick Jones.
Oh, does he do the
Connor
walk?
Jones,
Broderick.
Yeah, Broderick. That might be
offensive tackle.
Yeah. Jesus, that does look like a D. That got me again.
He didn't even get up, though.
He's offensive
he's
tackle.
not there.
He's
He's
a big
not
boy.
there, though,
Yeah, no,
right?
he's not there. He's at home. When you see him surrounded
Watch
like
for the
that-
Chiefs go for Zay Jones now because
Whoa,
they
he's got a
apparently
lizard.
liked him too.
Yeah, it
Gila
shows how
Mon-
good of a football player he is.
Gila monster.
He likes
that's a
animals.
python.
I think the Chiefs might try to target trading up to 17 for Zay Jones.
Yeah, better hope Jets don't take him now.
Jets got a good receiver, Wilson or whatever his name is from last year,
No,
and
they
then
got
they
a couple of
got
'em.
picked up Lazard this year, and they got another guy too. I think they
Still
might be
gotta
okay
get
with their wide
Still gotta
receivers
get Washington. Where are the Chiefs picking?
right now. 31.
They're still at 31. Yeah, I mean, that's
But they brought in Zay Jones just like a week and a half ago, and had Mahomes and a lot of the other starting receivers and tight ends, including Kelsey, out there with him running routes and shit.
Oh, I'm sure that's what you do with a first round pick.
Mahomes said that he liked him a lot. Zay Jones said he felt fucking great getting thrown to by Mahomes. So if Mahomes gave a sign off on it, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs try to move up for him.
Well, I don't think it's not a matter of not wanting him. You just got to give up a lot to get him. Go from 31 to 17, 18. That's
Well, that's Veach though. We got 10 picks, and we got like
yeah, but nobody wants your 6th round picks to move up to the first
oh, they got
round. Like, you're
multiple
gonna have to give
thirds,
up.
multiple fourths and fifths,
Well,
and they
even
can
then,
trade
you're
something
gonna
next
need
year.
seconds still at this point.
And I think we've already are guaranteed 8 picks next year, and it might turn out to be 10 or more.
Why are the Jonas Brothers on there?
They're the halftime fucking entertainment.
What? This is halftime?
Well,
There's
they
no
might have
halftime.
played before the show. They were
No,
they
Fall Out
were,
Boy was before the
the
show.
band of the night. So
Well,
they had a
Fall
whole
Out Boy
show.
was there
If they
before
haven't
the
already
show.
played.
Do they know anything about football, though?
Have you watched the halftime
No.
Super Bowl?
They like the players' butts.
Yeah.
They look cute in them tight little pants.
Do they drink Bud Light?
Probably. The one on the left looks like he loves Bud Light.
Bud Heavy. He's wearing red.
No, the kid on the right takes Bud Heavy. It's Bud Light. What other kind of buds are there?
The other guy in the middle.
The kid in the
drinks
middle,
seltzer.
seltzer. Yeah, I was like, kid in the middle, seltzer. Kid on the right's Bud Heavy.
Hey, the limes. Well, there's a trade. Oh, this is for Rodgers?
It's from the Rodgers, yeah, because they switched first round picks.
They traded
So
Rodgers.
the Jets originally had
round.
the 13th. So the Packers had the 13th, and they already drafted, and then the Jets dropped down to 15. Basically just a swap of picks.
Yeah.
And there's other shit going on, obviously, but that's just kind of what they're talking about now. Because now this was the Packers' original pick.
So they had to trade their pick, and they don't even get a pick?
No, they do. They just
But they
swap
pick
picks.
traded
later.
Rodgers for the first round.
Yeah.
And then they get a first round next year if Aaron plays over 65% of the
Oh, I
plays this
see.
year.
because he'll be on ayahuasca again.
Yeah.
And fucking.
Yeah, if he goes on another darkness
Do you
retreat
guys
and gets
do you
lost.
guys think he'll do good next at the Jets?
Yeah,
Really?
they've got they got
good
weapons.
receivers.
Better than the Packers?
Yeah, they've got a better team than the Packers. Their
Really?
defense was top 5 in the league.
Oh, they got Sauce Gardner.
Their defense is awesome. That's one of the things that Packers. It's a lot easier for the quarterback to do better if they have a good defense.
So
'cause
you
it
should be
doesn't-
betting on the Packers or the Jets next year?
I mean, you can. Everybody else already is. Everybody people overreact to shit like this all the time. Like they'll do good, they'll have a better team, but everybody's it's Super Bowl, which AFC is gonna be tough, man.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers is part of a couple of really good teams of the Packers the last few years and didn't do shit.
Yeah,
Well,
they ran
once they
into
didn't
the
do shit.
49ers and we ran
Yeah.
over them 185 yards before contact. That's why the Packers went and got defense because they go up against a team like the Niners. Good job.
Jesus.
God, we're just trying to have a nice.
Why are
calm
those
night.
over there?
Just trying to take it
I
easy.
never know what she's doing back there.
It's crazy. This is the first time they showed the clock. Seems like every time they pop up, some pick's already in.
Yeah, the pick is in or it's at commercials. I feel like this thing, you said, will go all night.
Oh yeah, it'll go 6 hours. So like
That just seems like a terrible thing to like hang out there for picks.
Oh, dude, they're drunk. They don't care. Exactly.
Yeah, she knows.
No. Yeah, so
Yeah, they're
like,
drunk.
I was-
No grapes for you though.
I watched a Pat McAfee podcast, and like 3 years ago, they did a draft spectacular. Where it was like, we're going to broadcast live during the draft. So they were like, cool, most shows would start at like 5 when the draft starts at 7. So they would come on, they would talk about pre-draft shit. It's just, network shit.
Did you ever watch the Manning cast? Was that what it's
No,
called?
because I don't have cable, so I never watched.
Well,
I always
was
wanted
pirating
to.
it, and it was free to pirate too.
Really? I never found a feed.
Oh, like what do I use?
I found one
VIP,
now.
Sports Surge.
Yeah, Sports Surge. I used it for a long time. Got a new computer. The friend of mine that told me about it, I forgot to get the information, so I forgot what the website was called, so I couldn't remember, and so I just was like, fuck it. But then
There's so many
UFC fights
different
came up, and he
ones.
was like, yeah, Sports Surge. And I was like, that's fucking what it was called. I couldn't remember. So now I'm back on it.
But
And
I didn't mind it actually. I thought they were just as entertaining.
I wanted to
as,
watch it.
The announcers, probably more entertaining.
I
than
want-
a lot
yeah,
of
I
the
wanted to watch
announcers,
it.
Honestly,
I just never watched hardly any games. Unless we'd go Sundays and go out to the bar and do a little day drinking, little lunch, and watch some football.
You think the Jets are trying to trade their pick?
wouldn't they have done that already?
No, you can go up until the last second.
Yeah,
to trade.
it's just kind of getting a little bit to the point in the round where if you're taking this line to make a pick, you're fielding calls and seriously considering
they
some
might
offers.
go the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. They go receiver. Oh shit, Nolan Smith's still out there. Jesus Christ. They don't really need help on defense. I'd probably say Dalton Kincaid. They'd probably go tight end.
Where'd Saban go?
Is that Notre Dame? Kincaid?
No, I think.
How come is this past Saban's bedtime?
Utah?
He had to take off.
No, all of his Alabama players are already gone. They're that good. So he's like, I'm
He's
going
got to
home.
go on the recruiting trail now.
Funny.
He's like, my guys are top 10. I'm out of here.
He probably only agreed to be on TV so he could be like recruiting.
I just want to wear this suit.
Hey, you're gonna go top
suit
10 if you
one
play for
time.
Alabama.
I want to ask you about the Colorado when you come back.
The Colorado.
Deion Sanders so much.
Deion Sanders.
Oh,
is
I've been
their
hearing about all
head
the players
coach.
leaving.
I think I saw like 30 something had transferred since their spring game. Just like
Well, apparently a lot of them too were just told they had to transfer. They're like, you're not gonna play.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But that's the thing. His whole idea is like, well, there's someone else in the transfer portal that I'll find that will replace you. But it's like,
Well, a lot of guys have been saying they've been told like, get out.
yeah, you're not gonna play. I'm not gonna play you. Get out, and I won't send your film to the next school you want to
Yeah.
go to or whatever. Yeah, it's the exact opposite of what's happening with Matt Rule.
Wide
at
receiver to the
Nebraska.
Jets.
What? How do you say that last name?
Njigba. Smith and Njigba.
Njigba. Where's he from?
Ohio State.
That's right.
First wide receiver
I thought I
think, off
had
the board.
recognized that name.
He's just pretty good. It's kind of good though to see a wide receiver getting taken late. Unless there's a crazy run here, the Chiefs might be able to get Zay Flowers.
Why ain't getting Zay Flowers? Get over it.
They'll trade up for him.
Well,
ain't trading up.
what do you think about Deion Sanders?
They're gonna get some offensive guard or something. I love Deion Sanders. I hate Coach Prime.
He seems like a douche.
Yeah, that's what Christianity will do for you. He's a big God guy. He loves in faith and all that, but he acts like a total douchebag. So I don't know. Like, I love Deion. I think he'll get recruits just based on his name, and I think
He'll get some buy-ins.
I don't know how well of a team he'll have, but I think he'll have good players.
They won't play well together. He won't have a team.
I think
he'll
have
He had a good
all-stars.
team where he came
I
from,
think he'll
though,
have
didn't
great
he?
players. Yes, Jackson State and the WAC or the SWAC. Like, you get two good players there, like he did. He had his kid who was a pretty good quarterback, and then he had the number one corner. Like, you get talent in the SWAC, you're going to win games because there's just not talent there. So you're going to win.
Same thing with
shit.
Scott Frost. You know.
Yeah, it's like when he
Urban
went to
Meyer
UCF.
was there.
Where, in the SWAC?
Yeah, wasn't it Boise State?
That's not the SWAC. The SWAC is like a
What are they? The WAC?
yeah.
You're talking
Same
about the different
damn
conference,
difference.
aren't you?
No, the conference that he was in is like the HBAC, the historically black college.
Which
HBCAA.
conference?
It's called the SWAC.
It's not called that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's probably like Southwest
It's a different
Athletic Conference.
Yeah,
or
it's a
something like
different
that.
level of football. It's the historically black colleges of
D1.
America. It's HBCA, so it's like Jackson
Yeah.
State. Like I can't even think.
They
of
play
all the
D1
names.
schools all the time.
Well, not all the time. They play themselves a lot. They'll upset teams like Appalachian State when they beat Michigan quite a few years ago. With Denard
They can be
Robinson.
ranked though. They're
Appalachian
D1
State,
schools.
No, they
Appalachian
could
State's been
be,
ranked.
but they won't be.
This kid looks like Kyle Brady's kid.
Who the fuck's this kid?
I don't fucking know.
I'd also like to thank the NFL.
He's the one that got drafted. They got the towel boy.
That's Nebraska's.
Jets took the towel boy.
It's
Then they took the
Nebraska's wide
Jigba.
receiver coach. Tiny baby boy.
Puppy monkey baby.
Oh, that shit was fun.
Either way, I hope Nebraska beats Colorado.
I do.
All games to win this year.
Well, they've got to have enough players first.
I know, and Nebraska had to like lose players. That's what I'm saying. It's the complete opposite mentality of like
oh yeah, if
Rule
you
wants
just
to
listen
like
to the coaches, it's completely opposite.
yeah. So
Oh, linebacker.
Linebacker.
Who picked right for the Jets? Did they have back-to-back picks?
No, it was just.
They just said Njigba went to the Jets.
yeah, they said that. Ohio
No,
State.
it just showed number 5.
Yeah, but when
He's
you were in the
fifth-
bathroom, it said Njigba.
No, it said Jigba was the 5th rated prospect on the big board. They just showed it when I came out.
Pewaukee, Wisconsin.
No, right before the Jets was. Wasn't that the offensive tackle?
Steelers, yeah, Roderick Jones.
Yeah.
New England's about to pick now. No, Washington's on the clock.
Receivers could go anywhere in here. All these teams need receivers.
That's what I was just telling Lane. It was like, see if there's a run.
It usually happens. One
I know the
team
Chiefs
takes
like the
one
guy from
player of a
TCU.
different position that you like. You're like, oh shit, got to get one in real quick. So all
Yeah.
of a sudden there'll be a run of like 6 of them in a row. Because then the last team wanted one of the other ones, and they're like, shit, we wanted a receiver. And,
Yeah, this is the last
who's
pick we
left?
get.
It's just like, get who you can. So that's when a second rounder becomes a first rounder. Yeah, I don't know enough about Washington to know what they need. I know they suck, and they need a new owner.
Quarterback.
That'll be good for them.
And they're about to get rid of like all their defensive ends, Sweat and God, who's the other guy? He's Montez Sweat and
Chase Young.
Yeah,
Yeah, they turned down his 5th year.
Oh shit. Is he going somewhere?
right now he's under
No,
contract
he's
with
just,
the team.
they didn't so rookies in the first round, you get them for 4 years, and
then a
then
fifth
you
year
can
option.
activate a 5th round option if you're good and you want to keep them at a number, because that odds are that option year is going to be cheaper than if you re-sign them if they're that good that you want to keep them around. Obviously, they're going to make more, so you can activate the 5th year option, which is a big difference between when we were talking earlier about how the first guy that get picked in the second round should have been a first rounder. It's going to fuck up his contract because now second rounders don't get the 5th year.
Yeah.
They get 4-year contracts. The first rounders get 5th year. That's why a lot of teams will trade up at the end of a first round to get a quarterback because they'll get
But
him
if
for
you're
5 years
good
instead
and you
of
get
4.
picked like the third or fourth round, you're going to have like a 3-year contract, and you're getting a new deal before a lot of first rounders.
Yeah, if you're a good third rounder. It doesn't happen a lot.
They don't surprise
Chiefs have
you.
had a lot of good 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounder, even 7th rounders last year. They had 2 starters that come out of there. That played really good. They've been drafting real well the last 2-3 years. 3 years now.
Well, that's about halfway through. What's it been? 2 hours? Sort of 7, it's 9. Yeah.
Yeah. We got anything else you need to trash talk?
Not really. I mean, I didn't come in with any topics in mind.
Yeah.
Generally, I
it was,
kind
it
of
was a pretty
play it by ear. Let's see what happens.
unplanned podcast for sure. We ended up just talking about the draft the entire time.
That's what kind of what it turned into. It was just sort of draft coverage. I'm fine with that. But no, you mentioned Coach Prime. That was about the only thing that's really been going on that
You brought the Rule
it'd
Aid.
be interesting. Well, yeah, the Rule Aid, but we haven't really talked about Rule Aid yet.
I don't know.
He's been doing a lot of good things lately. So
He just seems like he likes the atmosphere in Nebraska. Like he goes to small towns, he goes to basketball games, and
goes to SmackDown.
yeah,
Stream on SmackDown.
that's right.
Throwing the bones.
I
I mean, he's bought in, which helps. When the coach is that excited to coach the kids, and they go to every school in the goddamn state, and then they act like it's no big deal. Like they're like, that's just what we do. Like that's just normal.
that's just my job.
That's just my job. Like that's awesome. And it's like you said, it's different, polar opposites of Prime. Where Prime's like, come find me. He just shoots out on Twitter. I need these guys. Come find me. So yeah, I mean, either one I guess could work. I've never really seen Coach Prime's method work, where he's like, hey, everybody get the fuck out.
I mean, most people will say they want to be like, you would think a coach would preach what Rule preaches, but
You would think.
not all of them do, I guess. Which is, I don't know. I am pumped for this year.
It'd be exciting.
He had a lot of good receivers go to the NFL. Well, at least had phenomenal college careers at the very least.
At Baylor or
Yeah.
I think one of the good things is I think this year we'll see a lot of younger players play, which I always
Hopefully
get
see a
kick
lot
out
of scoring.
honestly, it's usually been like that. you
Yeah, and
know?
that's where you want these guys to be good and put them out there. It might be rough, but
Yeah.
put them out there. They're gonna learn.
You think Thompson will come back?
Well,
Or-
this
he's
will be
back.
this. Yeah, this
you
is
think
last
he'll
year.
start? You think he'll start?
I
Who we
always,
have right
I
now?
always
Brock
thought
Purdy's
so.
brother, the guy from the
Chubb-
Niners, plays for the
Chubb
Huskers.
ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Chubb is no.
I thought Chubby transferred.
No. Smothers and
Smothers.
Torres
Yeah,
left.
that's the ones I was thinking of.
I thought Chuba was going to transfer, but I root for Casey. I hope he wins it. I liked Casey. I thought he did a great job. We didn't have shit other than him. Even Trey Palmer, we have nobody to get the ball to him when Casey was out. So Trey wasn't shit when Casey was gone. So I always liked Casey. I'd like to have him get the job again. Plus, it's his last year where Jeff Sims has another year. So if he doesn't, bring him back next year. We've got a senior next year, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
But fuck, I don't know everything I'm hearing about Jeff Sims. That dude's that's a guy. He's fucking large. He's fast. Apparently everybody just talks good about him. So it'd be tough. I root for Casey, but
Yeah, that's the thing though. If the team's down,
You root for him more
root
than you
for
root for
him.
the Huskers winning.
no, I'd rather have the Huskers win. But between the quarterback battle, I would like to see Casey take it. But if Sims is better, then fuck, put Sims in there. I don't have any ties to Casey. I'm just
I don't know enough about it. I know the spring game just happened. I don't pay attention to that shit.
it was
honestly.
glorified practice. It wasn't
Yeah.
really.
No, they practiced. They actually tackled.
Well, I know, but it's the glorified practice. I don't put much
Yeah. Never
stock
gone.
into it. No.
Defensive back, Mississippi State.
That's
Okay.
always awesome when you watch the fans and they announce the team, like the pick, and the fans are like,
Who? Which one?
and then they tell them
did we want
cornerback,
him?
Mississippi State. Oh, cornerback. Yeah, we like cornerback. But here's the name. They're like, who? Cornerback. Hey, we like those. We could use one.
All right. Well,
So yeah, this is the point where it's going to start.
Here's
getting
his high
interesting.
school tape because he did shit in college, but he's really athletic.
but he's number one pick. You gonna see his high school shit? Number round?
No, they'll show college shit.
Here's a picture.
They've been doing a lot of timelines of the people. They've been showing a lot of high school tape.
Either way, Tony, thanks for coming on. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching the draft with us.
That's the kid I've been hearing about. Yeah, he weighs 166 pounds. He's a light
pounds.
little guy.
Jesus.
They were talking about whether he'd stand be sturdy
Tall.
enough. But yeah, it was good. Good times.
Either way, good draft.
Good half draft. I'm gonna go home watch the rest of it.
All right.
Awesome.
Derek,
Kids are picking.
fuck
They
fuck
suck.
off.
Fuck both of you.
I hope the Chiefs
Piece
pick a
of
center.
shit. And or so.
Don't pick a tight end.